Welcome to this. God fucking
I missed the preamble.
That's perfect.
I already missed it.
Hey, it's Outcast Outclassed, everybody! No, we keep going.
It was here for so short of a time.
Award-winning, so fleeting as is time. And okay, welcome to this episode.
We're here.
I have something written here special, so
did it.
pay attention.
Nah.
I have a sticky note.
It's purple.
Welcome to this episode of Outcast and Outclassed, Bachelor Edition.
Oh,
And
shit.
let's welcome our first Bachelor, Hideaki. No,
I was
Waiting for
about
that
to
just
fucking throw up. I was ready. I was ready. Let me go get a rose. I'll be right back.
Let me go get her. Hold on, just drive away. No, I had to throw in a little rib because our resident Bachelor Hideaki had made quite the impression last session, but we'll get to that.
Boy.
And now I take this and I throw it away.
Nice.
Does it just say make fun of Jacob?
Bachelor reference here.
Yeah,
It's gone now. I don't know where it went. So who knows?
Make fun of Jacob.
Dogs don't eat it. So first, some brief announcements. One announcement, only one. Crit Awards. The nominations are now open. So if you like this show, you can nominate it for all sorts of stuff. And let's see. Oh, I wrote this all down. So some of the submissions require links to the content. And we tried to make that easy because we asked some folks who have submitted already, and we've collected those links. So if you don't want to think and you don't want to go hunting for that type of stuff, it is posted in our announcements in our Discord, and you can use that if that's helpful to you. But as I go find it super quick, flawlessly, hold on.
You got this.
Yeah.
Flawless victory.
Literally could not find the announcements for a hot second. There's all
Previously
sorts
on
of
the
things that you can nominate for us. We are an award-winning show from the previous year, and we would like to be award-winning again, and you can help us do that. So there's all sorts of categories like Best Series, Outcast and Outclassed by WafflesMapleSyrup. Best NPC, I don't know. I mean, I think we talked about that Norn patron was pretty cool. We kind of liked Hal's patron, but you can obviously nominate whoever you like.
Yeah,
Ark's basically an NPC.
Totally.
If you like our safety tool usage, we have best utilization and of accessibility features and safety tools in an actual play. We have best legacy YouTube channel because we're over 2 years now. We've grown up a little bit.
Old.
Or best legacy Twitch channel. We're over 2 years on Twitch here as well.
So old.
And of course, there's the two really awesome categories. A best game master for Paizo in the Paizo category. No, you can nominate someone else, and then you can also do best player in Paizo category. And look at all these beautiful faces you can nominate. So that is my announcement. So you can go to
old.
the who has the Crit Awards website?
I do.
www.critawards.org. Thank you, Waffles.
/#4 if you want to go straight to the nominations.
Look at you. Look at you.
Look at that.
Finally, a good
so
producer.
go
Jesus.
Do that. Pause right now and let's go.
No.
All right. That is my announcement. So let's go to today's sponsor.
I'm not the sponsor, but I can sure tell you about them. It's Eldritch Osiris Games, everyone. And guess what? Not only are they the first ttrpg co-op in ever, they also released something today. It's a cool little thing called Encounters of the Expanse. Now, it's not the Expanse like the Expanse, but let me tell you about it. Have you ever been exploring the Mwangi Expanse and wanted an encounter but didn't want to have to build one from scratch? We are, us here, this group, wildly known for just going off every path that's been laid before us.
What
Sometimes
path?
maybe Syrup needs a little help. Maybe this book could be helpful because in the Encounters of the Expanse, you can find several pre-built encounters for 2 to 6 players for levels 1 to 10, conveniently the levels that we are right now. These encounters range from trivial to extreme and are accompanied by random encounter tables in case you need an encounter quickly. Each encounter comes with a short explanation for why the adventurers are encountering the particular creature, and each creature family has a small description so you can build the stories you want around the encounter. We love a little zhuzh, a little a little flair. So if you want to see that, plus any of the other things that Eldritch Osiris Games has got cooking, or any of the other wonderful creators that are part of their co-op, go to eldritchosirisgames.com.
Dat cam.
Dat cam.
Come.
That can.
I felt like I had to say it because everyone else did.
Yeah. Good pressure.
I
got
didn't
bullied
take off
into
the
it.
push to talk, so.
Oops.
And with that, lovely people, we have a show to do. So I suppose
Let's go.
we'll see you in
Oh, let's
class.
go.
Let's go.
Last we left off, Waffles, are we good? I just want to double check our producer.
You
Are
just
we good?
ruined your intro, man. That was so
Damn.
perfect, yet you ruined it.
It was. I was too perfect, and I was like, this is too good, and I need to fuck it up a little bit.
I've been setting you up for this for many episodes, pretending like I'm messing up just so you'll ruin your own intro.
Got
The
it.
long
Long
game.
con.
Yeah.
Long con. All right. So, last we left off, the grounded conversants, our outcasts, take their studies in full force. Hideaki dives headfirst into his studies, excelling and advancing one level in the Cascade Bearers. Ark and Tal aren't so lucky, but not quite as unlucky as Arafe. And hoping to get on Teacher Ulawa's good side, she brings her snake, Vati, to class. And it ends horrifically. Indebted to the bitten teacher, Arafe struggles between the sea of never-ending odd jobs and studies, all while keeping up with friends, old and new. Through the course of several weeks, the outcasts hear that Ignacy is leading a new cohort team consisting of himself, Essie, Mariama, and Anchor Root to handle some business outside of school at the request of a teacher, taking on a task in place of the outcasts due to their grounded circumstances. At the sight of Ignacy's party leaving, Arafe makes it clear that she's displeased that while Ignacy was not given due punishment. Hideaki offers them well wishes before a request for a conversation on their return. This conversation quickly grows out of hand, and the students get extremely excited to host a party upon their return. And while Ignacy's party is away for a couple days, Tal and friends eagerly set up for festivities to celebrate the party's eventual success and return. Upon the group's return, the party commences. Drinks all around, they share stories of their duties and rib each other on some pyro tendencies after hearing that certain buildings on campus are catching fire. All the while, Tal spends some time at the party with her growing abilities, exploring the threads between herself and their friends, arc, notably dimmer when where the threads connect to him, and interestingly, some threads from over Noza to Arafay and Rin. The next morning, the outcasts have a chat about the goings-on at the party, wanting to investigate the fires, but also worry that this may distract from their studies. Ah, look at that growth. Ark pointedly mentions that if they don't do it, Ignacy will, and it spurs the party on to do their own sleuthing. But not before Hideaki has a private conversation with Ignacy. Hideaki bravely confesses romantic interest to Ignacy as they go for a walk. But while Ignacy once had feelings for Hideaki, they realized that their differing worldviews were too vast, and thus the interest was unrequited. Still friends, Hideaki and Ignacy make their awkward exit, and the outcasts gather to meet at the recently burned alchemical labs. Investigations of the 3 locations go very well. Together, they unravel the mysteries of the sudden burning, finding the smell of sulfur, and the partially obscured message of pay your debts. Tal, cleverly using her abilities to seek psychic resonance, touches the burn marks on the wall and sees a face. A mysterious individual of dark skin and sharp features with strong negative emotions that seem to be at the root of the problem. After a talk with some of the nearby people, the outcasts confirm sightings of a mysterious, loitering individual, but ultimately decide to go and have a conversation with Teacher Ott. That is where we pick up, but not before thanking Freckle Sketches for the wonderful recap.
Yay! Thank you. Hire her, everyone.
So, this is where we pick up. On your way to Teacher Ott, and as you wait for him to finish the tail end of one of his classes, he returns and finds you all outside of his office, kind of sitting on one of those little benches that most schools have that are like not comfortable, but always have like dedicated plaques of somebody donating something. And I just want now a picture of like 4 of you squished in on this one bench.
Sitting here.
Listen,
Wait,
if
this
I
is-
fits, I sits.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Catfolk.
Yeah.
Are you at like Ark's lap, like half between Ark's lap and half like one butt cheek like on the bench, and then like one? What's
My
that?
Now,
butt's
I'm not
going
saying
numb.
I said that.
Ark,
This wasn't me.
Ark would have none of those thoughts, thus they would not care.
Maria's like, my agency.
Oh,
But listen,
no.
if I'm just
My
happen to
shippy.
be here, listen.
Yeah, I can tell there was acceptance there.
No, Tal's
I think the
probably sitting on the ground.
answer here is that everybody ships themselves with Ark. Let's be honest.
Fucker. Anyway.
Except for Ark.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say except for Ark, and I'm like, yeah.
Ark,
Yeah.
Ark ships himself.
Does Ark love himself? Anyway.
Ark's like, am I the captain?
Oh, hello, students. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're here to see me?
Yeah, definitely.
Kind of looks at a watch. A couple minutes before office hours begin. Come on in.
Sure.
Welcomes you inside. And it's been a little bit, I think, since you've been in his office. Not much has changed, but it does strike you as like, it's been a while. And to make sure that the sense of time has kind of come in here as well, not only has a lot of time passed since you've been in Teacher Ott's office, I would say it has been maybe 3-ish, 3.5 weeks since you've been grounded. So let's say it's like a solid amount of time has passed here, just to keep that in mind.
I bet Hideaki and Tal are so cooped up. Cabin
You're
fever. I was
bouncing off
thinking
the
like
walls at this time.
Yeah.
the thing that got me there. I was like, well, Ark would like not a whole lot to change from Ark, you know? Like he doesn't. I was like, does Ark feel cooped up? No, he doesn't. Like,
Hideaki is very cooped up. He is
Yeah.
like spring loaded.
Tal, I feel like Tal is the I assume, and correct me if I'm wrong, Duval, Hideaki has so many things he wants to go and like figure out with like frog legs and all that sort of stuff that he just is like a dog ready to just go
pursue my
outside.
needs.
100%. Yep.
Whereas Tao is like, I think, so used to just having the freedom to just kind of roam around the city. And all of a sudden now they can't do that. So they're like, well, I guess I'll just take another walk around campus.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Climb another tree, I guess.
What about Airfare?
Arafe has been studying a lot and helping Hideaki and things, so she is exhausted.
That makes sense, actually.
She took the
But you haven't
punishment
had a
very
chance.
seriously.
Yeah, to breathe, really.
That makes sense.
So,
And then I got
how
a teacher
can I
bit.
help you?
Well, so as you well know, we are very well seasoned punished conversants currently at this present time. But we wouldn't be the people and students that we are without finding out and investigating a little something on campus. I don't know if you've heard about some of these fires that have been going on.
Oh, yes, and I am not surprised that you are already taking a look in. I heard about it only recently. Normally not here as often on the evenings. What have you discovered?
Tao?
Well, and for sake of brevity, Tal is going to explain the 3 words that they have deduced say pay your debts that have been kind of burned on 3 buildings, and also the description of the person who supposedly put them there. After describing this person, which, for the listeners as a recap, a human or humanoid person, human-like person, darker skin, slightly graying hair with a goatee and mustache. The hair is slicked back, they are male-presenting, and they were feeling deep rage and indignation when they were making these things.
Oh, it's intense.
Does that person sound notable or familiar in relation to the school? Or
Oops, I will roll for teacher up. Let's find
Dun, dun, dun.
Teacher Ott might know something?
out.
Just kidding. I'm not going into that role.
Well,
Wait, I have his modifiers. Wait.
First time for everything, I guess.
Here's where Syrup uses one of her 5,922
Right.
hero points.
it kind of reminds me of when, like, we got in the fight with I forgot the name of the birds, and we were like, "Oh yeah, Teacher Ott's amazing." Oh,
Griffins?
oh no, the Griffins. Like, oh no, oh Teacher Ott. Oh, no.
He's a healer
honey,
and
honey.
can't
Just
fight.
professor.
Yeah, he's actually like
That was amazing.
he's a level 13 teacher only.
Yeah, it was like a level
Yeah,
4 adventurer. Yeah.
I would also
His
like to point out you
classes
said,
teacher.
I would also like to point out you said he's a healer and not really a fighter. I take that as a personal insult.
I respect
No,
it.
I didn't say all healers are not fighters. I said and to point the fact that he does have some healing and he is not a fighter.
Yeah.
I see you backpedaling. I see you.
That grave is pretty deep because you keep digging.
Yeah, should I keep
Just
shoveling?
going.
Right
yeah,
next
yeah.
to
Kershkin at some
Kershkin.
point.
So, I it's not familiar to me, no. But pay your debts. Have you talked to the bursars? Is there some kind of debt?
Not yet. We wanted to talk with you first to see if maybe you recognize this person, being that you've been here a while. And also, as Tal reminded me, it may not be monetary debt.
I mean, if it could be handled legally, I don't think it would be written on burned buildings.
Fair.
It seems personal.
So, angry person writes pay your debts on different buildings around campus. Who's he talking to?
Well, if it was, there didn't seem to be too much correlating the 3 buildings together, but it would be strange if it was guided at one specific person, because it would make more sense to just have the one message in one place, right? So maybe it's
He's like nodding along, like, but like you're he's not like, yes, I approve. He's nodding along like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. I'm following your logic.
So maybe then it's a message for the whole school?
Yeah. Well, as we've been reminded by said punishment, we represent the school. So maybe it's someone on behalf of the Magaambya. And so thus, to further double down on Tao's point, if it's someone that broke a promise on behalf of the Magaambya, then it's the Magaambya's problem to fix.
That makes all logical sense to me. Are you looking to pursue it further?
Have you met us?
We can, but here's the problem. We can only pursue it as far as the school grounds.
Which is why we're
see.
talking
Unless-
to you.
We have someone with us.
And honestly, it hasn't been really helpful. None of us did better in our classes.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I do believe I've seen quite a lot of effort on your part, at the very least in my classes, and I've had some individual lessons with Arafe here, who's shown quite diligence in an effort to learn non-lethal spells, and I think that shows some promise and growth, and Hideaki has been doing quite wonderful in my classes. Well, let me ask you this. Hypothetically, if you wish to pursue some leads beyond the confines of said campus as, and he's like smiling here, as well punished, as you so put it, Hideaki, students, where would you intend to go?
It's a good question. I think trying to see if there's tracks further from where we found the initial fires might be from like the outskirts of the school, north. I think north would be probably a smart place to start.
My only worry is many days have passed, which implies that someone comes and goes. The city's a vast place, and my experience with tracking, although not my forte, in cities tends to go less well.
Sure, but sort of
What
my
information
hunch.
have you? You mentioned sulfur, smell of sulfur.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Why does that ring a bell? Why don't you ask around the school
Okay.
and see if anybody else recognizes said individual? And I will, if you find a direction to pursue such leads. Niana is making some really delicious dinner tonight, and I think I should invite Janatimo over for dinner. And conveniently, kind of smiles at you warmly, I think I can put in a good word.
And we already have a standing invitation, from what I remember.
Oh no, I will privately talk to
I
Janatimo
was gonna
so
say,
that
Arafe is going to lean over to Hideaki and go, "We're not invited, Hideaki."
Oh, I thought you were inviting us too, and so
it's all right. That's my bad. I'm so
misunderstood.
sorry.
He's gonna try and get us a pardon.
Yeah, cool. Got it.
I've
Yeah.
seen your diligence in these past few weeks, and I understand that stretching your wings, so to speak, will, I think, could do you all some good. I can certainly see if I can talk into that, and then you'll just let me know tomorrow if you have any direction you'd like to go in, and I'm sure we'll meet up with Janatimo and get that officialized.
Cool. Plus, considering the personalness of this whole thing, it's likely if we come up short, we will probably see more remnants of this again.
True. Although, of course, I hope not.
Sure.
My only concern is you've been targeted in the city. So let's have an idea of where you want to go. And that will, I'm sure,
I
put his... Yes.
Have one idea. Maybe. I don't know if it's a good one, but if it's sulfur in nature and it was some kind of alchemically based something, there was that merchant that we went and talked to about that strange
Sure.
reagent that Zokan
It's
got.
true.
Maybe they would know something about it.
Yes, I mean, merchants know all sorts of different connections. Perhaps he has a lead that could be a start. All right, I will start with that, and I will go off, kind of looks at the clock again, have some time. I will go. Hideaki, will you mind just, if anybody comes in for office hours until I get back, I'll go give the invitation to Janet Timo. You can take care of it, right?
Yeah, sure. I love stuff like that.
Awesome, thank you.
It's fun.
And he check. Is that everything from me?
Especially since you're going to be having dinner with him, any news on the frog leg situation?
I will see what information he has, and I'm sure we can get some updates tomorrow.
Cool.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right.
And he will kind of like jog off, and eventually come back. So he did ask it of you, Hideaki, very specifically, and I think Ark, you noticed that as well, of just help any students that might need it until he gets back. Basically taking over office hours for a hot second. And
He totally sits at his desk, by the way.
oh yes, perfect. And then eventually
Welcome.
Feels right.
For
eventually comes back.
for what it matters, Ark would have stayed with Hideaki.
Sure. And I'm assuming, yeah, I mean, this is not for very long. It's like maybe 20 minutes or something like that. He runs across campus, invites somebody to dinner, and then eventually comes back. In which case, you are all able to continue onwards. So is there anywhere else that you wish on campus to ask about this individual before you meet up tomorrow with both Teacher Ott and Genetimo?
From like either a teacher or a student perspective, from like a tenure or attendance, like longevity perspective, is there anyone that starts to sort of bubble up in Hideaki's mind?
Arafe was actually going to ask if maybe we, and she says this with belief that they're knowledgeable enough and not wanting to talk to them. Should we maybe ask Ignacy about reagents that smell like sulfur?
I was going to
Or
talk to
Chizire?
Chizire. We could also talk to Zokan.
Zokan too?
I can talk
I
to
mean,
Ignacy.
Yeah, we can do
Yeah.
all three of those things.
Okay.
The
Are
sweat
you
down my
splitting
back.
up?
Split the party.
Split
the party.
Split the party?
It certainly can't go wrong. We're on campus.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
a,
it's
like,
something
yeah,
does
we're,
speak in my mind,
we're just
yeah.
gonna four-way split into conversations and then come back for lunch or something.
Yeah.
I've
That sounds
heard.
fun.
Okay, Hideaki, you asked for somebody who's been here for a long time.
Yep.
Probably Teacher Zuma.
Sure. I like Teacher Zuma, unlike everyone else.
Okay. So Hideaki goes to Teacher Zuma. Ark goes to Ignacy. Almost said Maria. Tal goes to Chizire.
No, me, myself, and
Maria
I'm gonna
goes
run
to
to
the
Chizire.
Magaambya.
Let's
You
go.
know what?
With my
Tal
daggers
is just
on.
like like a collapsed puppet somewhere.
Mangoes, alcohol, and
Well,
meth. Let's go.
Let's
Oh no,
go.
mangoes!
Maria
Let's
just runs to the
go.
Magaambya. I'm magic now, bitches.
Magic is real.
Let's go!
I told you I was
Maria,
a
well,
witch.
but if you ran
I'm
in
a
there and then
boy.
you walked like straight up to your patron, like, like that would be my pants.
I have gotten questions.
Yeah, Tal summons Maria.
That's the
Maria
ruleset,
is
Captain.
Mim.
Summon elemental. It's just
Faye,
Maria.
Where are you going?
I'll go to Zokon.
To Zokon. Perfect. Okay. Great. So here's what I'm gonna do. This is basically a roll off. We're going to do I'm gonna make this a society roll to gather information. And everybody's gonna roll.
Can I argue crafting?
I feel like you can argue as long as you want.
I mean, I'm very
You are
specifically.
always
I'm very specifically talking to Ignacy about
Yeah.
alchemical substances.
correct. However, it's about what he can recall. Unless, are you not asking about the person, and are you asking about the alchemical substance used?
I mean, probably both during the conversation, but he would start more with the alchemical substance used. And
For my ease, then, let's pick one, because everybody's asking for the same information here, so let's have you go for the alchemical substance,
Sure.
if that's okay. Zokon would be, what are you looking for? Because yes, if it's about alchemical crafting, is fine.
sheesh. Okay.
I mean, she wants to ask about both because Zokon seems like he's in a very specific position to be able to answer both. But if I have to pick one or the other, Arafe's gonna pick society because, ooh, girl, that crafting.
Fair enough. Fair
You know,
enough.
it's funny. We talked about the bursars last time and this time, and none of us are going there.
I'm
Yes,
pretty
great.
convinced it's not real
It
money,
feels-
and
it
I'm gonna be
feels
real sad if
useless
it
to
is.
Stefan.
Yeah,
To Waffles.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah.
heard. Yeah.
Jacob, you're
Hi.
going to Teacher Zuma.
I am.
I'm assuming this is on the society front.
Yes.
Okay. And then for Chizire?
It is also gonna be alchemically based.
Okay. We got two societies. We got two crafting.
Fasting.
Crafting. I will roll my R's.
I rolled mine.
Let's start with the crafting folks.
Boo.
Natural 19 for a 33.
Woo! Sexy.
Natural 9 for a 21.
Okay.
Ignacy likes me.
Ignacy me?
Ignacy.
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 Wow.
Hey, please, Ignacy.
That's a
Ignacy.
shirt. 100% a shirt.
Ignacy likes
I'm on
me.
that. Hideaki's on that shirt.
Insert fleshy
Ignacy
here.
likes me more than Chizire likes Tal. Rip.
Oh.
Ouch.
No, you know
Um,
what was happening is that we were too busy napping and
Napping.
having a
Okay,
great
okay.
time together.
I can get,
I think
Unlike
I
you
can get
two who were
behind that.
napping with quotation marks.
we were just,
Okay.
I mean, just dancing.
Oh my god, new fanfic.
My
Ark takes
eyebrows are
dance lessons from
raised.
Ignacy. Like, because he's been high society, like, ballroom dancing. Oh,
Dude, that sounds
I need to
awesome.
write
I'm
this.
twirling my hair.
You can't have the
explaining this to the
GM writing fan
podcast.
fiction. That's weird.
It's bias. No,
I mean, you absolutely
you
can.
totally
It's
can.
true. I
You're a
can,
fan
and
of
I
the
might.
show.
You ship whatever you want. It's your show.
Listen, I need more Breakfast Club members to write fan fiction. That's
Look,
how
look.
I now. Well, I mean that in both ways. Hold on. I mean, yes, Breakfast Club members,
Yes.
feel free to write fan fiction, but also,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, as a goal. Okay,
All right,
yes, go ahead.
hear
please.
this out, and then we'll get back into the story. But
Mm.
if you're writing the fan fiction, you can decide if it's fan fiction or plot later.
That's
on.
also true.
Mhm.
It's not even fan fiction when it's written. It's some
It's
mysterious
When
Serious
piece
God
of
writes
paper.
fan fiction, is it
God writes-
actually like
Wait,
That-
how
now
much
it's a
of it is
plot
manifestation?
device.
that is a
and-
T-shirt. Please write that down.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat.
I am
please.
God's fan fiction.
What if we
Alright.
just did the best, worst thing
We are
ever?
telling a story, so
Yeah,
let's go.
Let's go.
So the crafting individuals. So yes, I think very easily, like you go to talk about it. Shazira, you probably catch Shazira like in an actual nap. You know how sometimes he's like fake napping,
Oh,
but
yeah.
he's like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. And it ends up being like, all right, I have some time to kill. I'll hang out here. By all means. And he does talk to you about like something else random. It's a little bit like a ADHD sidetrack style combo. Now, with Ignacy though, he's interested in the fact that you're looking into it, so he's really invested. And you go with him to one of the sites, and you get like a little bit of a sample, and then head off to the makerspace, and like look into it in more detail. In doing so, and please add any flavor you want here, because this is
Strawberry.
you tell me how it goes. Basically, some of the things that you figure out, it's interesting. It is highly refined alchemical gel. It is like Ignacy's impressed with its crafting. This is high level crafting.
It's a step up from like me and Ignacy.
Yes, and it's something that you don't find here on campus. Like he's like, well, this is certainly interesting. Like he's very like invested in the fact that, oh, something like this exists that could be really neat to experiment with. He even goes like, I should ask Zocon to get some on campus. I'd like to experiment some more with it. Like he's invested in it. So you learn that it's a highly refined alchemical gel, very well done, and it reacts only at high temperatures.
Okay.
It is because that was a critical success with Ignacy. You also learn that it is meant to work, like the way it was applied and everything. It was meant to work specifically with magical flames to indelibly mark a surface. It is meant to leave a message.
Understood.
Any flavor you would like to add to this interaction before we move to the others?
They work relatively close together, but not like super close at all. But
Physically?
yeah, physically.
Like shoulder to shoulder?
Their hands graze
No,
each other
like
once in a while.
like 6 inches away, but like they're social
Like
distancing.
sitting on each other's lap.
But like
Are they social distancing
yeah,
for
but,
COVID?
but like every once in a while they might like bump shoulders and they're okay with it.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
And then if actually probably no matter how much there is, Ark will keep the tiniest sliver of it and give the rest to Ignacy to practice with.
Awesome. Wonderful. All right, my society friends on the left here of my
Hello.
screen, on the right of the actual overlay. What did you roll?
I would like to announce that I have utilized the hero point because I rolled a
Thank you.
natural 3 initially, but now much better. I have rolled a 28.
28.
I got a 23.
All right. We'll start with the 23. Let's see here.
Let us see right here.
I had
Let's
Riff.
mustache you a question. Man, hey, remember Ref? I remember Ref.
What
Remember?
What can a 23 even
Ref?
get you? Nothing. You rolled so bad.
Damn.
I don't
So-
even know anymore.
In talking to
Rolling a roll.
Zocon, you learn briefly that he does not stock. I know you weren't talking about the alchemical gel as much, but I will sort of give you that information as well. He doesn't stock that kind of gel. It's far too advanced for most students to utilize. But the description is vaguely familiar. He says, well, there's a couple of places that you could potentially get it. You're asking about the person, correct? You give him like a description.
Yeah.
Okay. He tells you this, because you didn't go in the direction of alchemical. He tells you, the smell of sulfur. The smell of sulfur is interesting. Strange voice here.
Sheesh.
New accent. Who
Hey,
dis?
There was somebody that came by a little bit ago, real angry, smelled a lot like sulfur. It was talking about paying your debts. And I told him that wasn't my department. I just sold goods really to the school. So that's all I really knew. I pointed him just onwards to talked about getting paid by the school. So I sent him to the bursar's office.
Did he specifically talk about money?
He said something. I'll be honest. He was real cranky, really hard to talk to.
Fair.
So he didn't say much. Came in here yelling, which, I don't like that very much.
No, that's unnecessary. Also going to ask for clarification because Star apparently can't hear today. Send him where?
To the bursar's office.
Bursar's office.
The thing we said would be useless.
I heard
It's useless.
I heard the Bursa office. I'm like, he popped his Bursa? What?
I don't know what that
Listen,
is.
I got
I'm
science
from
fact
New
for
Jersey.
you. I got that Jersey accent.
The Bursa is the sack around your knee that is for helping with impact, so you don't hurt your knees so much. So that
Today
can
I learned.
pop. I have
The
done
more
that
you
several
know.
times, and it hurts like a mother.
Not
High
good. All right, so
impact
that is what
sports.
you get with your 23.
Okay.
Hideaki, you talked to Professor Zuma. What'd you get again?
A 28.
28. Okay.
Yeah.
You ask about this individual that smells like sulfur, and again, that seems to be a distinctive thing. With the 28, I will give you this. Professor Zuma, how much of the situation do you tell? Are you just asking, hey, Professor Zuma, do you know? Or are you giving context of, like, the fires as well?
So in a rare situation, Hideaki's being very careful because, like, the last, about a month ago, Teacher Zuma was pretty spicy with him for obvious reasons.
Yes.
But if like it's not going anywhere, and he'll eventually be like, listen, fires, and so like da 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 da. So yeah.
Well, no. So just
Yeah,
we'll say
contextually,
your first
yes.
approach, no. Your
Right.
first approach, no.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then yes.
So he will. Oh, like Hideaki. That's not his voice. What's Zuma's voice?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's very paranoid.
It was very unique. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say it's a pleasure to see you, but it's not. That's okay. Well,
Wow.
what do you need? And it's very, like, he's a little bit like that. But you also know from your experience with Professor Zuma, he's blunt like that, and it comes like that, but then he'll turn around and go into a rant about some, like, he's very, like, it is not filled with hate. It is very just, like, directly like, oh, no, I'm not supposed to like you right now.
Yeah.
But also, have you heard of this other theory that the light rays can do whatever?
Yeah. And I think, like, he, knowing that, he follows the blunt, like, train, and he'll go up and down it with him.
Perfect. And that helps you, and that is part of why you got that role.
Yeah.
There was a man that smelled of sulfur. Yes.
Really?
Well, a while back. Applied to the school, actually. Wanted to be a student here. Had some problems, though. Couldn't keep his temper in control, so I think he was rejected quite a few times, actually.
Really?
Hasn't had yeah.
Huh.
That was a long time ago, though.
Define long time ago.
It was 5 years ago.
Oh, wow. An eternity.
again-
No offense.
I think there was, also 4 years ago
Oh,
and 3 years ago.
and then stopped. 5, 4, and 3?
Yes.
Huh.
I don't know. Maybe. I haven't had interactions with him since.
Sure.
Although, what if? And then he begins to launch into like a very
And he's
like
all in-
obscene
yep,
theory.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
What if he's not? What if the sulfur smell means that he's actually here to infiltrate and like going into an intense one of his?
That's possible, but possible. And maybe like the sulfur is.
Great. So you do learn a very interesting piece of information about historical context of this individual
sure.
that you may not have gotten otherwise. Now,
Right.
each of you come back with these pieces of information.
I come back with with like 4 sealed, delicious new beverages that Chizire wanted to try. They're all
Yes.
slightly different. I'm a teeny tiny bit tipsy.
That's
Great.
hilarious.
Nice.
Amazing.
Ark will relay everything pretty matter-of-factly to everyone. Like literally
Yeah.
everything that was heard in the scene. You can assume Ark talked about.
Including the brushing of the shoulders.
It would be more like, well, he bumped into me a couple of times and messed up my work, but we sorted that out.
He bumped into you a couple times?
Your experience, Hideaki, he has kept a lot of distance physically.
He like, I think he just goes, he touched you?
Well, they're like small tables.
I see. Got it. Anyway, so apparently this particular person is I don't know if to say failed, but like got like rejected a bunch of times, 5, 4, and 3 years ago, and then stopped for whatever reason.
Yeah, Zokan said that they were here recently, actually.
What?
They went into his office and started yelling about the school needing to pay their debts to him. And
So he just walked up on
yeah.
into Zokan's? Wow.
Yeah, and so Zokan sent him to the Burson's office.
Oh,
Huh.
well.
How you doing the moment that every of the characters go, oh,
God damn it. Our assumptions were incorrect.
Chizire didn't have. Yeah, he wanted you to try these, and I'm just
What's-
gonna hand everybody a. It's like a little thin beaker, just like a thin and tall with like a cork on top. They're all slightly
shot?
different. Basically, yes, they're all slightly different shades of like a green, but not like a sickly green, kind of like a Jolly Rancher green, but some is a little brighter and some's a little like darker.
duller.
Yeah,
I will add to this. He gave these to you for them to try. With
I've already
basically
tried
the-
all of them. Is the problem?
Yeah,
That's
with the label. He adds this like he tapes something to the label that like flops outwards, and he tells you that it's very important that they fill out the survey afterwards on it. And then like
Mm-hmm.
each
I
of you
love
have
him.
this little flap on this, and it literally has handwriting of like, what did you think? That's it. Like it's not it's literally just impressions question
Yeah,
mark.
yeah,
Like it's
right.
like yeah.
I think like Hideaki will kind of poke at like the top. Why is it open? Why are they all open?
they had corks on them.
He had to pour the
Uh-huh.
liquid in somehow.
Where are the
Are-
corks?
Are these like Powerades where we can see the green of Tal's tongue from trying all of them?
That's a really great
If
question.
you want that to be the case, yes. Tal's call.
I would say probably a little bit. They all have a similar scent to them of like there's a mild apple to it, but each one is like there's one that's slightly more citrusy. There's one
One
that's
is very
definitely
sour.
Are you
Yeah.
saying
There's
that,
one
or is
that's-
Tal saying that?
me.
Okay.
Right.
But what
It's
I'm
described.
saying is that
Yeah.
there's like a slight coloration
different.
difference in
Got
the
it,
mouth,
yeah.
but there's also like a slight smell coming
Ark
from.
Okay.
Outcast detect Tal on his bottle.
You are
I'm not in
okay.
your bottle.
The TLDR is that you
Yes.
smell a little bit off of Tal as
Yes.
well.
Gotcha.
It is obvious that Tal has had all of them.
Little.
A few.
Internal monologue for Hideaki is like he goes to be like, "Did you?" And then like he just goes, "You have had an afternoon. Fuck it," and he drinks the whole thing.
Okay.
We may have
Ark
ta- I may
also
have taken a
downs
nap.
his and then writes the number 4 on the survey, and that's it.
Perfect.
Out of 5 or no? You know what? I don't want to know. I love it.
Interestingly, after you finish writing, the piece of paper just sort of like magically dissolves itself
Nice.
away And you, for as lazy as Shazira is, you are once again reminded that he is quite adept in
It's a
certain
lot.
magical capacities.
Absolutely.
He mentioned that he would get. I asked him how he wanted me to make sure that he got your answers, and he just kind of waved his hand and said that he would take care of it. So that makes more sense now.
Arafat, you drinking it?
So, just as a quick question, because she would have clocked this, how much is left in each of these? Like, how much did Tal drink from each?
Great
Oh,
question.
And
so
I
I,
would
didn't
like
No,
to
drink.
Tal
drink.
had
I
her
didn't drink
own.
these ones. No.
Oh,
I had
I
the
got it.
first
I thought you I
tastings.
thought you sipped each one and then
no,
gave it to
no.
us.
That's
That's
what I
what I
would
thought
do.
too. Okay.
No,
So-
Tal has been drinking them the whole afternoon.
That's
And
okay.
these were the samples that Shazira was like, all right,
I
here
see.
you go.
Okay.
Okay.
So Arafat is under the assumption that Tal had one. And she's thinking about it, and she sees Hideaki take his and Ark take theirs, and she has the moment of, I'm gonna have to be the mom to drunk people, and she's gonna put it
Again.
away.
Really?
You're not gonna try. You're not gonna.
Says Shazira.
You're not gonna.
I'm
try.
going to
Says
try
Rin.
it. I'm going to try it later.
Lame.
I love her so much.
You all
She's
hear this
going to
moment.
hand it down and say, "Do you want it?"
There's this moment of like silence, and she's like, "You think that'll work?"
You know what? I go for it. If
You
she
should
can,
try,
you know
she
the-
can
and then
totally
and
try.
then make and then you should try and then write on the paper to see. And Shazira might be interested to know what it would do interacting with.
What does it look like when you get a drunk shadow?
You know that scene?
It just drags along behind with its arms up.
I think it's in Thor Ragnarok when Thor is just like Hideaki's like right in the middle of the Rin Arafat conversation. Like,
Excellent.
yeah.
So to do this, you're gonna have to pour it on the ground. Like,
Okay.
over her mouth.
Yes.
Okay, I will do this.
Okay.
That's
So
incredible.
you just pour this on the ground. We're gonna everybody
Interdimensional is this being?
in
What an
chat
incredible
for me, if you don't
distraction.
mind.
I'm so
Um,
excited.
If you don't mind, everybody, please just briefly give me your fortitude save modifier in chat, or in our private chat, so I can have.
Oh,
it.
I was like Twitch chat. Hey, everyone, Twitch. What's your fortitude save modifier?
Twitch
That's what
chat,
I was
please
doing.
provide me your fortitude save. No, just give me your fortitude saves. All right. So now that you've drunken this or poured one on the ground and drunken the rest, are you? First of all, really importantly, I think so. You do hear from Rin. She's like, I don't taste anything though. So write a 0 on it for me. On like the label. Hideaki, do you give feedback to Chizire?
What was the which one did I have taste wise?
I think you had the one that I don't know if you necessarily place it, but it was some kind of like cactus based fruit.
It has- it-
thing.
Yes,
a little
and
bit
it,
like
it probably
aloe
has an
vera.
aftertaste of guava.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Apple and
He-
cactus fruit.
He
Yeah,
writes. He writes weird.
It dissolves and disappears. Perfect.
Here's the
and-
question. You said it dissolves though, like she actually consumes this?
No,
In this
that
manner?
was
when
for
you
Hideaki.
write a response on the form label,
Right.
the form dissolves. away.
I'm talking about was Rin actually able to consume this since she said it had no taste?
She says that like she didn't taste anything.
Okay,
Like she didn't have a sense of taste.
gotcha.
So you're not
Was
sure
there a
if
sense
it affected her.
fluid motion?
Unsure.
Did she drown?
She drank.
That's a really good.
There's like gargling noises. Okay, just kidding. She gargles it a little bit to get a little extra taste.
Swishing it around like a
Erfe,
good
do you
wine.
write the label? Do you give do you do a 0 on it for Rin?
I will, but I will then write immediately behind it. Rin couldn't, or they couldn't taste it.
They
I
couldn't
don't-
taste it.
They
Great.
couldn't taste it. I'm just not gonna extrapolate beyond that.
Perfect. So With that and all these drinks consumed in some form or another, are you headed to the bursar's office or not?
Can I
would.
say no out of spite as a player?
You know what? We refuse.
No.
You totally can.
No,
I mean,
I'll
Ark's heading
go.
there, no matter what.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Just
like, I
come
don't
back
want
to
to
the
be
beginning
debt
of this
money.
episode, everyone, where we're all like, yeah, we don't want to go there because obviously
Obviously
Stupid.
not the
that's not the
bursar.
right way to go.
Right. Ew.
What other kind of debt would a school owe?
I mean, the fact
Listen, there's metaphorical debts,
Yeah.
there's life debts, there's
Right.
blood debts.
the fact
Yeah.
that this
Maybe they-
guy walked around school, applied for
Dude.
5 years, got told by Zocon to go to the bursar's office, and then still burned the words "pay your debts" into walls.
Yeah.
Means I don't think the bursar's office is going to solve the entire problem for us.
Yeah. We're just chasing the lead.
All right, so you go to the bursar's office at this point. Great. Jacob,
Yeah.
I need your fort save in chat.
I said.
In my chat.
I
Oh, you
did.
DM'd it. God damn it.
Yeah. I DM'd
Okay,
it.
thank you.
I dimmed it. I didn't realize we were supposed to. Anyway, it's fine.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
It's a plus 12,
I
everyone. I'm not
should
keeping it a
look.
secret. Anyway.
All right, so you head to the bursar's office, which is in the warden house building. And you head to the warden house building, and you kind of go down into down the steps into one of the front offices that has that little sign that sticks outward that reads Bursar's office. And this is not really a place that you've been to all of that much, having already been accepted into the school. You were there probably once early on. You get paid through Zocon. You don't really have a need to go back here. But nonetheless, this is the Bursar's office. And you see sitting there this young looking, you don't know their actual age, halfling female, kind of like strawberry blonde hair, little like curled to it, sitting there leaning back on her chair, feet up on like a desk in front of her, and just like playing with like little magic lights in her fingers, just like kind of like do, like bored entirely.
How's math?
Hey, look at all these pretty faces. How can I help you? She kind of jumps up.
Oh, good energy.
Oh my god,
We-
I love your fur. Do you do anything? Did you condition it? Do you tell?
No, I just wake up like this.
So beautiful. I love
Fucking
it. I love it.
deceased.
I just wake up like this.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You were asking a question. What's up? How can I help?
Well, we were, there was, Tal is very obviously completely thrown off by this
We
weird
were.
energy.
We were just curious if you could help us with someone. We are looking
Oh, I'd
for.
love to help.
They will probably stand out very obviously. We're looking for a very angry man who smells like sulfur. Have they been in here lately?
Yes, they certainly have. That jerk.
Please tell me all about it.
Hideaki whispers to Tal, I think I'm overstimulated by this person.
I've never had
you
someone
lean
match my
over.
energy before.
As you lean over Hideaki, you're like, whoa.
Oh,
This is weird a little bit. As you like
he just
the
keeps
dream starts
leaning until he falls over.
Whoa.
Yeah. No, it's like it just feels a little different. Like
yeah, it's one of those
like
like,
Pratt,
one of those like those old toys that were like whoa.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
They will
yeah.
wobble, but they don't fall
Yeah.
down.
Yes.
Yeah.
exactly. Just feels a little bit different. Just that's all. It just feels and it,
fine.
like you're like as the gravity kind of like moves your fur, it like feels like, oh, okay, I noticed that. I don't normally notice that. That's weird.
Maybe I should condition my fur. I don't know. Whatever.
I don't wake up like this.
He does it.
Well, I can't tell you their name because they were too busy yelling at me to even say anything of use. But they were here yelling about that the school owed them money and that they were promised, and they did. I don't know. They were so much like, I did not like it, and I'm sorry. Like, if that smell is like them, I don't want to judge, but also I don't have a window here. I'm in the basement. That like this. Oh God, it was so much. You know.
I mean, if it makes you feel better about complaining, it's an alchemical element that they had on them, not them themselves.
Oh, you think so? I didn't
Oh,
see
we know
anything
so.
on them though.
Well, maybe they had it. When were they here last?
Mm-hmm.
A few weeks ago, they were so cranky. They were, and like, so what you do get, they were just ranting about needing payment for some chemicals he sold to students here at the Magaambya, and I was not able to find any record of that, so sorry, I told him no, and he just started yelling at me and cursing me out, which is just unnecessary. I feel like the yelling in itself kind of gets the point across, but no. He had to, add some flavor to his words, but whatever. I kept my cool like I am. Really cool. And
Yeah.
I told him no. And he said something about like the students that owed him, I think, hold on, I wrote it down when I was looking for it, and she goes and like flips back a couple pages in this book, and she goes, as I find it, hold on.
It's like in a weird like margin next to some doodles.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's like, hold on one
Duct taped to the back of a
second.
page in an envelope.
Yeah.
Oyo, I think, and Matembe.
Did they explain what they looked like?
Teacher.
Oyo, Matembe?
No, he said they were students, and they came to him asking for alchemical stuff or chemical stuff on behalf of the school, and that we owed him money, but I don't have any record of those students, and I think he was lied to, and he's just bitter about it.
Huh.
Hmm.
That's interesting.
So you're not sure who he was?
But you do think
Do
he
you
was lied to.
I mean, I don't know, but I don't have students here of that name. I looked through my records.
But if he
Fair
was
enough.
lied to on behalf of the Magaambya, does that not make it your problem? And he'll kind of like look at Hideaki.
It
Yeah.
doesn't make it my problem. I'm not giving money out to random people that say the school owes them money. We'd be broke.
Or someone pretending to be a student here?
Hold on, let's role play. You, and she points to you, Ark. Go ahead and ask me for money.
I don't need any.
Okay, well then you're no fun. Ark,
That's me.
this energy is a lot for you, but it's like weirdly there's like a reverberation that's happening when she talks to you. It's like just a weird little effect that you're like can't quite tell. You check because it stops sometimes and you're like, no, she's not talking in like a double voice, but sometimes it like it just has this weird effect in your ears.
Can I make an Arcana check?
Yeah, by all means.
Also, can you give us the names of those people again and perhaps how they're spelled?
Sure.
you.
Oyo, Oyo,
Oh.
Yo.
and Matembe, Mtembe.
Arcana 27.
Nice.
Dang.
You have a feeling, based on your acute awareness of your digestion time, that this seems to be, and your resistance to poison, not that this is, but like you're just very good with like that type of stuff. You have a feeling this is like an odd magical effect of what you imbibed.
Okay.
Quaffed, if you will.
Yeah. Arc will let us nanites take care of that.
Yeah.
Get that shit out of here.
Yeah.
Understood. He'll kind of like
Gotta start the purification
shove
system.
that to the back of his mind and just like let it go. If it gets any worse, he will probably leave.
Sure. So, with that additional information, is there any other questions you want to ask her?
So, Arafe did want to ask her. So, do you keep the application information here as well?
Kind of looks around.
Oh, good idea.
I think I could look. Don't have it in this office, but I do have it in storage. What do you need?
So, we are aware that this individual may have been rejected from the Magaambya 5, 4, and 3 years ago.
Yep.
Do you have a name?
We don't, and I was wondering if that was something that would be easy to look up, but it sounds like it's not. But long shot, thought I could ask.
But also,
I
what's the odds that more than one person has been specifically rejected 3 times in that space of time?
Also,
No, I
for the
totally
same-
hear you. That
for
is
the
a
same
little bit
reason.
odd. But the issue is, I only started working here a year ago.
I see.
So I am not familiar with it, and I could go look at records, but it would take me quite a long time, and I value my sanity.
I respect that.
Understand. Also, I want to
could look.
apologize. Oh, go ahead.
Can I go look?
Oh, not without teacher permission, because those are private records,
Sure.
and we have,
Maybe we can follow up with Teacher Ott and Janatimo tomorrow, post their dinner.
I do think our time would be better spent following leads than looking through papers.
That's fair. Just usually applications have things like where we live, what our
Yeah,
names are.
A name and address would be nice.
You think back to how a lot of your guardians or parents were invited to.
Obviously. Yeah,
We can pass on
great.
information.
We all got in here based on recommendation and didn't have to fill out an application, but it's fine.
But whatever. My mom did it all, so.
Yeah, no, each of you, an application was sent on your
Yeah.
behalf, and
Yeah.
technically, so.
Sponsor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, my mom did it.
I also
Thanks,
want
Mom.
to apologize. We didn't introduce ourselves or ask your name.
Oh, I'm Okash.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
so sorry.
Nice
I
to meet
normally
you.
always
Gosh.
introduce myself.
No
Oh,
worries. We kind of
Oh,
came in hot,
gosh.
so.
That's
gosh.
Oh my god, I
not
do
what
that
we
all the
do.
time. Oukosh.
Yep.
O-U-K-O-S-H.
That sounds about right.
And now because the GM values her sanity, I'm gonna step out of this character. It's too much. I was like, oh no, I'm turning into it.
You,
Oh,
you,
no.
you
No,
finally
it's in
like
Silicon
at least semi-valley girl though.
Yeah?
I did. I
did.
wanted to, and
It
I
was like-
did.
It was
There you
like
go.
an in-between of like Valley Girl meets the Bronx.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Star, make sure you write down this character, and we're gonna visit them once a session.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Sarah
Yep.
has to speak as them.
Next character that dies has to play her.
I am not going to lie.
Child's
This is Arafe's new tea buddy. Like.
Yeah.
Yes.
Out of character, like totally meta. I want to be like, do you know Brooklyn?
Okay, so you move on from there, and for
Sure.
sake of time, we are going to move onwards. The camera also pans to where this drink was poured onto the shadow, and as you all move away, there is just a wet spot on the ground, as it didn't really work for her. However, for the two of you, Arc passing your check, you got that's like sort of like just odd effect from it. And for you, Hideaki, you feel oddly just a little bit lighter on the modicum of it. So you do feel a little drunk. You failed, like you didn't pass, you didn't critically fail, but for the rest of the evening, they just like, you feel slightly more buoyant. It's a little bit weird. Like gravity and stuff is just a little bit odd. So it's a nice feeling, and it's kind of a nice drunk.
This is cool. This is cool. Yep. Cool.
With
Cal's been
all of
been waving to some sort of like imperceptible songs this entire time. Like
Amazing.
he's not standing
so
still.
Tal,
Yeah, how
you've
am I
had
doing?
all three. So you
I'm
have
also
been
so freaking cursed.
Yeah, you are.
you have been listening to music that has not been playing, but you've been hearing this sort of like music kind of like it's just like more like a beat, like it's like kind of like a vibe more than a particular music that's just kind of been playing in your...
I can hear it. I can hear it now.
Yeah, it's just like vibing, and you also have this weird kind of gravity thing going on a little bit. And the third one that did not work for Rin. Let's see. It's like you see everything is just like kind of sparkling a little bit more. Like everything is just a little glinty and glittery, and when you look at things for long enough and if you close your eyes, there's just like stars and like things just dancing around, but in like a very pleasant, very oddly reminiscent of Astral Sea style stuff. So you're like
Astral Sea
off there. So with that, you enjoy the rest of your evenings however you do, and we're gonna move forward to Genetimo and Teacher Ott's meeting.
Got it.
Are you gonna roleplay with yourself?
Fly on the wall.
I watch.
No. We cut to the following morning, and you all kind of arrive. You're fine, Hideaki. You had one drink, you felt it. Tal,
Tal.
you have a headache. It's like you're just like borderline from a migraine. It's not pleasant, but there's enough things at school that you're able to take care of it in the morning, I will say. Like you have access to enough. You go to Chizire and you're like, fix this, and he fixes it for you.
Yes.
Ziri literally has a potion called Hair of the Dog.
He's offended by that. It's Hair of the Cat.
I don't want to know which animal you got the hair from. Just give it to me.
he goes and takes a marker and crosses it out before he continues. All right. So you come forward to the office. You're now meeting in Genetimo's office, and Teacher Ott kind of goes to collect you that morning, and he's smiling and is you get the vibe of like things went well.
Yeah.
Genetimo kind of welcomes you all. So I hear over some delicious dinner that you have been working diligently in the past few weeks to rectify the mistakes with good intent and goodwill. Some working extra looks over at you, Arafe, to ensure their magic doesn't cause unwanted harm. And I appreciate that, I do. I also hear that you are not one long for grabbing onto interesting threads. So,
Instinctively looks at Tal for some reason.
there's just everybody kind of glances.
You don't even know the half of it.
You're just like,
eye.
Yeah, just like a little.
It echoes 5 times. Threads.
Yeah. Threats.
So, what have you learned? I heard there was the fires on campus, which you're looking into, and honestly, I appreciate the intent on keeping the school safe. It does mean that you care, and that is good. I was told, kind of glances at Teacher Ott for confirmation, you wanted to go into the city to get the whereabouts of some alchemical potential components?
Well, maybe, but we've...
Sorry. I think we need to find the person that sells them, most of all.
Of course. That's what I was referring to. You're going to go find this person. And for that, you need access to the city.
Sure.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. So, I have been deep in research, best I can with my sources, as busy as I am, on the lookout for frog legs. There was a scuffle or two between some burglar types, ruffians, that included Grippleys with a few local chime ringers in the past few weeks, and that seemed to finally get some movement from Mayor Asanda, and that means that everybody should be on some high alert. That is the only reason I am comfortable in this current point in time with your safety concerns out of campus. I want you to all promise me you are aware of the targets on your back. We are still on the lookout for locating her. But kind of relaxes a little bit and smiles. Consider yourselves off the hook.
There's an audible sigh.
Yeah.
from-
It ties with
Yeah.
Kiriaki.
Ark is just nodding.
Thank you.
Of course.
So, I know there's a lot for us to talk about, but I want to kind of key in on something that you just said that I've been thinking about all month. Chime ringers. Something that Jaya said has been sort of wiggling around in my brain for a while around how Froglegs owns the city. Now, in regards to the specific incident in the park, something that you didn't say, at least from what I remember, is you didn't mention the chime ringers in regards to that. So I was curious, two things. One, if they ever responded post our exit at all. And also, I was thinking about the fact that, considering the kaboom, they didn't respond while we were there. All this speculation to say, what's a way to own a city?
You're saying the chime ringers are being bought?
It's just a hunch, but it would make a lot of sense.
It would make for an interesting narrative, and I'm all for narratives. I'll
And he
keep
like
it in mind.
slams his hands on the table. I've been thinking about that specifically for a month.
You have to. Personally, as a part of the Magaambya, I work the most with the Tempest Sun mages, who protect the city as well.
Sure.
They tend to be the ones who enforce actions. My understanding of the chime ringers are oftentimes more. They can put up a fight if necessary, but they're not the
Peacekeepers.
protection of the city as much as the Tempest Sun mages are.
And what did
They
they
are
do?
civil servants, if you will. They are there to. I'm talking about threats from outside. You know, if there's going to be an army marching forth, it would be
invasion,
the
yeah.
Tempest Sun mages. It
Yeah.
is. They handle. What I'm saying is they're very often volunteer force as well. It is a career, but from upstanding citizens that want to keep the city safe. So it's odd to me, but it's not off. I am a theory, and a good narrative is always possible. I won't write it off. I'll take a note. I'll just. I think finding Froglegs will give us all the answers, and that's where I'm focusing my attention on.
Fair enough.
But now that Mayor Sanda has finally responded a little bit and is saying that they're going to look into it, I'm going to leave the chime ringers to their duties and focus more so on finding Froglegs. So
Sure.
you all keep yourselves very safe. Please come back to campus and keep us apprised. Just know it. I trust you.
Cool.
Sure.
I have to admit, as Hideaki went into that, I don't want to call it a rant, but it was kind of a rant.
Sure.
Arafe went, not now. We just got out of trouble. Let's focus on the thing we're being allowed outside for.
There
Like,
needs
not
to
out
be a
loud, but that is your
better-
thought
Yeah.
process.
Yeah.
Totally.
There needs to be a
Your
better word
excitement
that's
is
not vent.
commendable. Yeah, his desire and his drive is commendable. Maybe
But
not
why
right
no?
now.
But now, right
But
now, kid.
timing.
Come
It's
on,
like getting
buddy.
ungrounded and being like, so remember when I got grounded for going to that party? I like to party, and so I'm gonna go to
I'm
one.
gonna
Eventually,
party. I
I know
just
you're
want
letting
to
me go to
check
the
it out.
grocery
I just want
store.
to like
I'll
check
see
it
if I
out.
come home, okay?
I just want to like just want to test the waters, you know.
It's for research purposes.
Totally.
do your research.
So, as this meeting ends and with your newly found freedom, I'm going to assume that you wait for your next free day and don't
Sure.
skip classes
Yeah.
for this.
Yes, we do.
Yes, Mom.
And as that day arrives, 2 days down, however it ends up being, you all gather yourselves, perhaps a little bit of excitement as you step foot off campus once more, and that is where we're going to go to break.
Yeah.
La, 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 la.
Welcome back. Hello. So, we return as you all step foot out to the city of Natambu once more. Fresh air, more canals, riverways, bridges, and people that I'm sure you missed.
Nope.
We're going to move forward to just down the ways a little bit. As you head down towards the owner of the alchemical supplies that you had connected with prior, very easily you talk about an angry individual of this description, and they start laughing as they say, now that describes Firepot Ubanu better than I ever could.
What an incredible name. Oh my god.
Firepot Ubanu.
Firepot Ubanu. That's not just the name of his shop, but rather a nickname he got over time that adopted. You find out from their quite heated personality. And that, you know what, that fits the bill.
Mm-hmm.
He also is able to direct you to Firepot's Forge. Firepot's Forge is on a cliffside cave on the outskirts of Natambu. So not only are you free outside of the confines of the campus, you're actually trekking to the outskirts of Natambu yourself if
Road
this is where
trip.
you're going. So I believe you are all on the Natambu map now.
Yeah, we were. The whole city.
Nervous when the GM talks about where we are on the map. It's like, oh god, here we
Because
go.
we're about to see a map. That's what's about to happen.
Oh,
In
we're
the
going
top
like
left
way
corner,
over there.
way up there, on a
I'm
cliffside.
Oh, wow.
You get the directions to Firepot's Forge.
I'm so directionally dyslexic. I'm on the other side. I'm like, I don't see it.
If you make a correct L with your hands, it's the left corner.
It's never
Now, what's
worked,
an
man.
L?
Yeah, I was
it's
like,
your
this looks like an L,
stalagmite.
this
Together,
looks like
it's
an
a
L.
U.
It's your stalagmite, stalactite. That's what that's
That
'cause-
one I like. So, you begin your trek, and you are grateful that you took the full day, because it's going to be a trek. And you head through Natambu, and you do notice a few things. You do notice more chime ringers out and about. You obviously keep an eye out on people following you. You're careful and cautious. Feeling safe, you move forward through the city, past the city, out to the cliff sides of the large river that the city of Natambu resides upon its banks.
You think we're going to get in trouble for leaving the city?
No.
Think so. I don't think we have any. I don't think we're in trouble anymore.
Yeah, they never said we can't leave the city.
Fair enough.
It's all about what's left unsaid.
I will
That
use
is a
this-
dangerous way to go about things.
Have you met me?
Many, many times, and that's why I'm concerned.
I love that about you.
I will take this brief out of character moment for myself to say Waffles here reminded me that don't forget when there are mysteries afoot, you are able to, as players, from chat, from anybody that's seen or has done this before, but you're able to submit to me your theories in writing at any point. Not a bunch of theories, like one theory per mystery. And if it is correct by the end of when you learn everything, you get a hero point.
I completely forgot about that.
Just
Just
one?
one. It's your guess. It's your one guess.
Only,
gotta
no,
guess for,
only
like,
one hero point?
Oh, yeah. It's a free hero point.
I think mine is very good. And
Chat could give me a free hero point for free because they like me.
it actually costs
Prove that
for
point.
them.
Give,
Wow.
give them a hero point.
Yeah, but this one means more.
Yeah,
'cause you
chat, prove
earned
me
it.
right. Give me a hero point.
I got you, boo.
All right, so that is it. So as you head up and walk, and this is gonna be like a good bit. You talk about what you've learned of the situation and a little bit more tidbits that your trader friend had added to you. Firepot Ubanu crafts weapons. He sells highly specialized alchemical regents. Just very talented alchemist, eccentric personality. Lives on the outskirts. Eventually, with the sound of water below and around, you make your way through the directions you were given. Firepot's Forge is at the bottom of a riverside cliff. There's a gravelly path that winds its way down the cliff until eventually it kind of spills out into this like large open shore area. There is, as you kind of wind down from above, you see, it's hard to see because like you're curving downwards from the side, but as you kind of get there, there is like these little like huts that seem to be like you just kind of see peeking out from where you are near this opening of this riverside space. You're right up against the cliff. You assume when you heard like a cliffside forge, like there should be a forge here. You don't see that right just yet, but you are kind of getting over to there. As you make your way, I'll give you a visual.
I fucking called it.
Oh, really?
Gimme.
That's a battle map.
No doubt
Oh,
about
We're
it.
in danger.
There's dynamic lighting.
Oh, no.
There's
Oh no!
unseen things.
Listen,
All the telltale
There's
signs
a
of Tal is gonna
grid.
die.
Welcome to
We were talking about
BGM.
finding stuff
I should
pre-stream.
make sure I prepared my spells for the day.
Oh yeah. In
So, as
could-
with everything, doesn't have to be a fight. I will never not reward. I'll never
I will
reward
never
you.
reward
I'll never reward you.
You all heard
Dance for
this.
me.
can I say that before we left, I cast Summoner's Precaution on myself?
Sure. I mean, you could just cast it now. I don't care.
Yeah, I need 10 minutes. So yeah.
You know what? Oh, okay, yeah. One of the breaks along the way, you're like, you
Sure.
hear like,
You're like,
you hear the sound of a distant like wild animal, and you're like,
we've been attacked
Probably.
before.
So, let's say you're not quite lined up like this, but you're coming from that direction down below. There's a campfire in front of you. Two kind of shoddily built huts. And beyond, as you kind of curve your way around this mountain, is the wide mouth of a cave. But you know what draws your eyes far more than anything else here?
Is it Brooklyn?
Just
Take a
joy.
guess.
So
Brooklyn.
much joy in your voice.
I love it. By
Dragon.
the way, over knows speaking of dragons, I manifest Edelon.
Right, all right, listen. Y'all are really scared right now. It's okay,
I'm
relax.
fucking terrified. I'm so scared. Anyway, since he's there.
Sitting with two forms sit around this fire.
Oh, cool.
Large forms. You see the first one from behind. You see skin, shirtless back, bracers, and then this sort of like mane of wild hair kind of going from the back. And your eyes go from that figure to the one next to it, and you see a bull-like face with massive horns that emerge as there are two minotaurs
I love
that
them.
sit there.
Minotaur boys.
As they hear your approach, the one that can kind of make line of sight with you gets up. Welcome to Firepot's Forge. What you want?
How tall are they when they stand up?
Great question.
That's a
Large
Because
creatures. are
I'm
usually-
very small.
Large creatures are usually between 8 and 12 feet, but they could be slightly bigger, slightly smaller.
yeah. That sounds good to me. Like
You sure?
with the fur and everything, like nice 11 feet.
I
They're
think
two
we
and a
can-
half of me.
I would like a piggyback, please.
We can add to the Hideaki crush pile now.
I was gonna say,
Dear
Writing.
God, y'all are thirsty.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We'll
Sebastian.
get to know him a little bit first. He's right there. No. I think Hideaki will, if there's a pause, like, perhaps could we speak to Firepot Ubanan?
Alchemist busy. What you want to buy? This is like the second one that kind of is standing up with like, oh.
Ark will speak up. Sulfur?
Sulfur.
A special kind that burns when magical heat is applied.
I will say, just to clarify, when you did the deep research on this alchemical ingredient, it didn't smell like sulfur. This ingredient, the specific alchemical reagent, is not sulfuric.
Gotcha. Understood. Then he would take out the sulfur part and explain that it was something like whatever he had been told.
You want something that burns fire?
Magical fire, if possible.
Lets out this deep, like rumbly, like breath, and goes and starts stomping, clomping over to one of the piles of crates. You do see some like racks of like weapons displayed out there. There are like wares, on display. And he kind of calls over his shoulder to his friend. Is it this one? And the friend's like, I don't know. And goes up and goes over, and they start like rummaging over there. Are you doing anything? As I'll say, like, here, they're both over here right now.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, you want to go first? You can.
I'm gonna fall back on this so much because it's just so good. Ark will gather around and very subtly probably more subtle than y'all have seen him before. He like skips some hand signs and doesn't mouth the words, and will cast invisibility sphere, making all of us invisible within a 10-foot radius. And then he'll just like at that point, like while they're looking, he's gonna let them know like we're all invisible. You can step 10 feet out. You won't be invisible. If you want to talk to them, please don't step 10 feet back in. Once you're uninvisible, you can't become invisible. And
as you're like middle of this piece of explanation, one turns around and goes, "I've got this here. It's magical. Wait, where'd they go?"
And then Ark will very quietly whisper like, "We should probably go in or attack."
Yeah, he actually just literally like points towards the right.
Does the sphere, does it go with us? Is it
Yeah.
centered on you or is it centered on the point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's how it worked in the.
It's centered on me.
What's his face? Yeah.
Okay,
So
cool.
as long as everyone stays within 10 feet of me, a 10-foot radius within me.
Yep.
It's like pass without a trace, but you're invisible, you know?
Yeah.
Pass without a trace, but useful. Tal nods.
LOL.
Inside.
Yeah,
we should go
points
inside.
towards the inside of the cave and away from the minotaurs.
"I think they're still here. Look for them. Tiny, get out here." And
Oh no! No, not
Yeah.
Tiny.
No.
Pernicious.
they start stepping forward and kind of like fanning out.
No.
When at this point, you actually see out of 2 of the ramshackle tents, 2 more
Oh, no.
minotaurs come stomping forward. So one emerges here, one emerges here as they begin fanning out. This is gonna be a little hard to like move you all as a group. I'm assuming a 10-foot. Let's kind of like group you up here.
Two on
Arc
one
in the
side,
middle,
two on the
right?
other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
something like that. Let's say.
Now, reminder for Star: if we cast
Hmm.
a spell from inside this, we become visible. Correct?
If it is an attack, if it is hostile in any way. So like if you're targeting
Okay.
other creatures, trying to make them fall asleep. Now if you're making a sound, no. But if it's hostile, yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
So they're
think
beginning to fan out.
I'm so mad.
What?
I'm pretty sure I deleted something that would have been perfect for now.
Oh no.
Deleted something.
I
Like a spell?
deleted it without learning it. It was a spell. It was a spell scroll.
Oh no.
Oh.
And I remember because I had it titled Kill Aroma, and I think it's Negate Aroma.
Kill aroma. Get
Oh,
it
it is a
outta
gate
here.
aroma.
And I think I still have that scroll, but I haven't learned it. But it's not in my spell book or my items. So.
I will ask, just for my ease, because like y'all are moving as a group.
Right.
You tell me if you would prefer initiative, but it's just awkward. So,
I don't think so. Like.
all right, you let me know whenever it
Yeah,
comes
if
up.
we
We'll
need to,
keep going.
yeah, we'll blow it up. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
are you kind of beginning to like walk forward through this?
This
Oh,
maze.
would you say maze?
Yeah, that's.
I mean,
right
it's not
there.
a labyrinth, so you know.
You know, whatever. Yeah.
That chuffed me.
That was quite amazing.
Thank you. It's so
Where'd it
amazing.
go?
All right.
I cast fireball. Oh no. Learning nothing.
So what are you doing? Moving forward as a group?
Yeah, totally.
Trying to walk through
Yeah.
these people?
Can
Yeah.
can I cast that spell? If I don't have it.
Is this, are you...
I want to spin the scroll. Never mind actually. My
Yeah.
bad.
Player keep
Um,
your inventory, I guess? I don't know.
Right.
Would like
Yeah.
to Tal wants to start moving forward. However,
Totally. Same here.
in order to assist in potentially not being seen or discovered, Tal is going to within 30 feet, huh? Great. Once they move forward a little bit more, Tal wants to use their mage hand, make it as invisible as they're legally allowed to, and shift something on the far cabin area to try to sound like maybe, you know, a sneaky little something is trying to do some stuff over there.
Okay.
When we get within
Waffles,
30 feet of it.
This is hostile actions would end the spell of anybody within the sphere.
Yep. The spell ends after the hostile action is completed.
Is it you or everybody in the spell?
Anyone in the spell that makes a hostile action. It says, if any creature made invisible by the spell uses a hostile action, blah, 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 blah.
Okay. So, and I do say, while exploring, it's easy to move together slowly and remain invisible. This is untenable in a battle, however.
it's
Once an
rather
encounter
useless in battle.
begins. Okay, perfect. Okay, so Mage Hand is not hostile.
I'm not
You could
targeting
slap
any
someone's
of
face, but...
Yeah, I'm not targeting any of these living creatures. I'm trying to find a pile of cans to knock over.
Make me
I'm a trash panda, which is bouncing around in some tin
Thievery?
cans.
Right? Is that it, Waffles? Thievery?
That is
I
it.
never use these.
That's it.
Okay.
I never use it either.
So everybody's actions, everybody's movements, action of movement is going to be moving together here. So we're not in initiative. I will let everybody do one thing as you begin to move, and I need a direction in which you are moving as a group. Just that way? Agreed?
I guess like this-ish and then this way?
Yeah. Basically.
We're gonna go
for the
kind of
course.
turn by turn because the minotaurs will also move. So
For what it
It's a puzzle,
matters,
essentially.
for what it matters, we are moving towards the door while avoiding minotaurs.
For sure.
Yes.
For
All
sure.
right.
Yes.
And I know what my action is going to be whenever you're ready.
So I will maneuver you all this way as you begin to move quietly.
It's such a cartoon.
The thing is, there is a fire pit in front of you right now. So there's currently, as things stand, very little room for the whole group to move around here.
It's not great.
What was the thievery?
22.
22. Easily enough, you kind of go towards some of the bottles and honestly weapons rack, and you knock one of the spears over to knock into some of the other stuff. Simply, easily from behind. This minotaur whips around and is going to start, and they're kind of funny because they're charging forward, but they have their hands and they're sweeping. Now they have also at this point unsheathed their glaives, their great axes rather.
Sure.
And are using it to sweep in front of them to see what's going on. Sometimes it's a hand, sometimes they're just moving their horns, and sometimes they swing with the axe in front of them. So this one immediately turns, and I will say this one turns around and takes a step over here on as well.
You keep saying this one, but I think you're on the
I'm so sorry. Yes. No, they're all the tokens are.
I see that. I just
For the audio
highlighting
listeners.
any of them.
Oh, I'm so sorry. They're all identical tokens, so I don't.
Yeah, there are
have-
3 to our north and 1 right to our east.
Yeah.
Let's
So, if you
call
want-
yellow dot tiny.
Yeah, I was gonna say yellow.
There you go, smart.
You can put color
just
dots
color.
on.
We need yellow.
Yellow.
Pink dot is
Oh my
going to
god, I
be.
love him already.
Pink. It's gonna be
Pink dot
pinky.
is going to be
Hey girl, hey Minotaur.
I cry.
James.
I like mine
That's
better.
gonna be fine for me.
I mean, why is the pink
Yeah.
one void?
Blue dot is going to be Dan. And
Also fine for me for different reasons. totally normal and not someone I'm related
Human
to.
names that I have to think of on the spot.
2 out of 3 have been people in my actual life. It's fine.
And Orange Dot is going to be
Yep, I'm single, so good luck.
This is Michelangelo. This is Raphael.
Cooper.
This is
Izzy.
Donatello.
It's
No, it
going
could
to
be.
be Izzy.
Okay, cool. It could be.
I'll use my
Now I do have a question.
Yeah.
Star brought up a great point.
Mm.
Why is the pink one not named Floyd? And why is the blue one not named Man Group?
Touche.
Just gotta ask.
I'm just going to add
The
some
yellow one
tallies
should
here.
then
Hold
be-
on.
Oh,
Named
look,
submarine.
everyone has more hit points. What happened?
Dabba dee dabba
Click,
die.
Dabba dee, dabba die. I thought that's where you were going the first
I
time.
took
Anyway.
some psychic damage, but moving on.
Welcome to my life.
So Tiny, the only one I named, actually, moved
Also
up
known as
into the
Yellow.
corner.
Yep.
James is also moved back up.
Can we just call them colors? Because I'm
Sure.
not gonna remember which one
Sure.
is which now.
Which one was James? Yeah.
Yellow and
Amazing.
pink are distracted in the top corner, the northern corner. This is chaos. This is what you get. Name random
That's what you
NPCs.
get. Yeah.
And the blue man group, this is in my head now, is ignores the noise and is continuing to sweep like in front of the entrance to this like cliff cave. And then the orange minotaur is going to kind of step probably in your direction, very like as he exits this hut and like steps forward and is just sniffing around.
As Tal casts their mage hand,
Yes.
and this other minotaur starts coming at us, I'm going to use the animal staff to cast summon animal.
Okay.
And I'm going to summon a red fox inside this hut, the bottom hut, and just have it make as much noise as possible.
Oh my
You
god,
do
have
need
it just
line of sight.
scream.
So I
the-
will say you kind of put it into the like it's really
Yeah,
easy.
somewhere
You just
that
put
I
it in the
can
corner
see
and
it,
it
yeah.
jumps right in there.
Yeah, and that way make as much noise as possible to try and draw both. And then there's also movement that might draw them
Yes.
as well.
So this orange minotaur comes right close to you, Hideaki. And you see it like grabbing its great axe and like going to do this. Whips around at the noise of something clattering in its hut, and it kind of turns back around. Hideaki, what are you doing?
As like he realized he was holding his breath and didn't realize it at the time, he will point right next to where the boxes are, next to the shack up in the north, and he's gonna cast Ghost Sound. And it sounds like for Hideaki is like, oh no, actually we're over here. No, we're super still interested in what you have to say. Like we're actually really big fans of Minotaurs, as a matter of fact. It just goes like on and on and on.
Okay.
And
Ghost sound cannot be complicated speech, I believe. Ghost sound is
It's
going
just
to be
for-
just a noise.
It's just Duval
think-
introducing himself. Hey!
simple.
Duval.
Duval. Yep, it works.
Duval.
Hey. Yeah. So, but it's really loud. So just me.
Auditory illusion, simple sounds, maximum volume of 4 normal human sounding, absolutely. So it's so do you like boom it out loud?
Yeah, totally. Over
Can't create
there.
intelligible words or other intricate sounds, so it's
Yeah.
going to be like
Ah!
whatever.
It's
Perfect.
yeah.
Can Ark see him casting this?
You're focused on
Okay,
moving as a
understood.
group right
Yeah.
now.
Interesting.
So you do that, and the
Yep.
sound emanates from kind of the northern corner. So
Yeah.
at this point, the two that were already like investigating that corner,
Yeah.
totally are like looking around. The one that was kind of the blue that was about to like step forward to the entrance does stop and kind of look backwards, and orange at this point freezes and it begins to look back and forth between these two areas of sound.
And I'll tell you, Waffles, you've seen him cast it before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
it was.
I need at this point in time, since everybody has done something, I'm going to say you cast it this time, Ark, right?
Yeah.
What direction are you currently headed in next?
Up and around the fire.
Yeah. The orange minotaur is really close to us.
Yeah.
We might want to create some, because I'm assuming the fire is going.
Or we could back off into
Yeah,
the water.
it's like a light fire. It's
Very subtle water.
you don't want to step into it.
Ark would, for the sake of roleplay, I'm in character here, but Ark would tap his nose. Just to all the others.
Because you can't really talk right now.
Yeah, I would.
Tal's just shrugging and mouthing, what?
Yeah, I think he's just
He points at
Yeah,
the
I could just-
Minotaur, taps his nose one more time.
I'm doing a lot of hand gestures, and I realize that's really good for audio.
audio
Podcast
listeners. The podcast are like,
Yeah.
we understand you.
Yeah.
We're reading.
Okay.
That's
That's not a direction.
It's not a direction. Hold it.
Hoda.
Hold
Let's
it.
get moving. No, kidding.
Yeah.
It's a
You
tense
you move first. You move. You get out of
You
our
get out.
way. and
You
then
leave.
move.
When I move, you move.
You go home.
Like that.
Thank you, Star.
I'm like thinking about getting rid of all my spells here. Sheesh.
Oh boy, sheesh.
Sheesh.
I can't believe you did this. This is not, for the record, how I expected this to go at all. They were
Did you
doing
expect
their
us
job.
just to smack them? I don't want to smack them.
He was
They're
like,
really
"What
cute.
you want? You want some stuff? I got
We
stuff
wanted to
sell
talk to
ya."
the owner of the
they seemed
establishment. They're
very
like, no.
sketchy, honestly. They were holding the owner hostage, I think.
Yeah, the fiery pot, totally.
Anyway, Ark has to stay invisible, but not everyone does.
That's
but
true.
but he's going to start making Ark's making slow, stealthy steps. Hoping everyone can follow him. He's going to
Towards
go
where?
up and around.
Cool. Totally. That's exactly what my
Actually,
plan was.
sorry.
Oh my god.
We gotta now. Come on,
We gotta
you're in
move.
this
We gotta
moment
move.
though.
Yeah,
Like you don't
it's-
have this time. So
You're right.
so
you're
what
right.
are
we
you
gotta
doing?
move.
Up and around.
Yeah,
Up and
we're
around.
gonna. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm
We
gonna
gotta
like
commit.
morph you all slowly. Like
Gotta commit.
this is
Please
me
don't morph.
morphing the little cube
This
around.
is not Animorphs. Sheesh.
No, that was no.
That
Not
was
yet.
boo 2 weeks ago.
Brain is
Downvote,
mushy
repost.
mushy.
So like this is kind of an awkward little triangle. And I know that basically Nim is on
Nim's
top of you.
Yeah.
So we're kind of just like scooting around
fine, though.
here. Now this is interesting because you all have to be basically within 5 feet of Ark. So how do you? This is like a puzzle. So I'm not
10 feet. 10
Yeah.
feet, 10 feet.
love a puzzle.
okay.
Yeah,
So
within
I'm
10
just
feet of
going
Ark.
to like. So you have space to sort of do
Yeah,
this.
That's why it's so easy to move around when you're not in combat because it is 10 feet.
Right.
Yeah. So we bring you all. I love how Nim is just on Ark now. And
I love
Nim
it.
jumps over to Ark
Ark,
and step
Ark kills
yourself
him.
forward.
Just swoosh.
Okay. It is here at this point. So this one here.
Oh, next to Arafe?
oh, all of you, please make me a stealth check. How did I
Oh,
not
yeah.
think of this earlier?
Oh,
Do
hey,
we
I'm
have,
actually good at this.
Do we have a bonus
Hey.
because we're invisible?
The DC should be higher or lower, or like their roll should be lower. That's up to the GM. It doesn't affect our check though.
I will impact the DC.
Natural crit, 32.
Let's go.
Jesus.
Nice.
Oh boy. That's an 18.
Okay.
22.
Gene.
What was it?
It's a hero point, is what it is actually.
Yeah,
Nicholas.
you got one. Use it. Smoke them if you got them.
Yeah, use
Since
it now.
Oh boy.
It's an 8.
Oh boy. Here we
Yes,
clearly
I
fucking go.
was
Great.
also considering casting a spell, but this might be why I cast a spell. So
Totally. Here we go.
Yeah,
We'll see.
So let's do it this way a little bit. As you pass by this minotaur, it is this unfortunate moment that they kind of take this step back, and the back end of the axe, like the wooden handle, like just like crunches into your shoulder, and you're like, and you let out this like breath as all of you. So now all of you, what are you doing at this moment? As this begins to turn, like feeling this resistance and whips around in your direction.
Ark is going to, knowing that we're found, Ark is going to begin to make the move to back up so he stays invisible while they don't.
And as
back
that
up into the
happens,
fire.
I jump out of the sphere and I just say, "Congratulations, you found us." As a matter of fact, we're actually here. We're as part of a brand new worldwide, brand new, it's in beta though, worldwide experience of hiding in plain sight. Congratulations, you win. I'm so just wow, like you, all four of you all are really something else. I'm just so impressed.
Wait, Waffles, what did you say Ark was doing? He's stepping back where?
I mean, as far as you'll let me go and still be stealthy, he basically wanted to, like, he's doing it slowly again, so everyone has a little time to react to it. But he wants to reveal whoever wants to be revealed, and whoever wants to follow him can follow him.
Yeah, this is okay. Here's the reality. In this moment, you failed the stealth check. This thing whips around.
With my natural save.
Your natural. I will let it. Hold on. The equivalent here is that initiative, so to speak, would start, and that is to an extent the limit of this spell. But I want to respect the natural 20, so I will allow before this spell ends for you to get yourself in a direction that you want to go in for yourself, and it cannot help anybody else.
Just for myself, and it can't help anyone else.
Yeah. Like, where do you want to go? Where do you want to put your character right now? You basically get an extra movement to place yourself wherever you want to be on the map.
Sheesh, that's rough.
Rough.
Ark would just be close to the pink one and within the pink and blue one. So like right here, if possible.
Okay, yeah. I mean, technically everybody's still within that bubble. And as this kind of happens and contact is made, we'll say the bubble goes away and Hideaki jumps out to kind of like the center of this space and does that. Does all of that.
That's hilarious. I'm so glad you said that way.
But I will let that be a roll. What I just want to give, like, because this is where I wish like initiative is funky. So we'll get an initiative in a hot second.
Yeah,
but
sure.
Airfay, Tal, what are you doing?
So,
Sorry. That reaction is great.
I'm just my brain is thinking to make sure this works. I don't. So since Ark is stepping back, I don't want to, or stepping away. I don't want to break. I don't want to break his invisibility.
You don't break.
So I want to. Well,
Yeah, you're good.
for what I'm gonna do, I would.
Oh, understood.
So I want to take a step back so that I also appear. Mm-hmm. Which one were you yelling at, Hideaki?
A combination of pink and blue.
I want to target pink with command and say celebrate.
Oh goodness.
Except for try and do it like celebrate! You won!
My God, I love you so much.
Oh my god.
I'm dying.
I
Oh
need
my
him
God.
to make a will
Our
saving
game.
throw. DC
Sure.
22.
This is
I'm sweating so much right now. I'm
TTRPGs.
sweating so much.
I'm sweating as hell. What was the DC?
22.
Wow.
So
Thank you, Kitty Crafto.
a 12 would be like a critical fail.
That'd be a critical failure.
Mm-hmm.
Can't anything special happen on critical failures?
Good question.
So, instead of using one of its actions to fulfill my command, it must use all 3.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
instead of just being like, yay, he just has to go for it.
Person just
Fortnite
celebrated for
dances
6
himself
seconds
into-
straight.
He does.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So he. Oh, this is so good. Hideaki says all of this, and you know what? Just so I can have a combination with this, can you roll me diplomacy, Hideaki, for
Yeah.
your like?
Oh, Hideaki. Okay.
Yeah.
It's my best
Like
stat.
this is for everybody else that's not commanded.
I'm like, celebrate, you
He
win!
must spend 3 actions to hit the gritty. You are absolutely correct.
Exactly. Not amazing. Dirty 20.
It's not terrible.
Dirty 20.
Could have been 19 other numbers lower.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Oh no, we've done this before.
What?
Shit.
Come on.
Does
Okay,
his
hold on, sorry.
diplomacy get extra because I'm assisting with a spell?
It's a good question.
Wait. Hold on. What is the number that you rolled? Sorry.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. Just because the only reason I'm harping on this is because we did it wrong previously. Not the whole linguistic mental trait. That's fine. You shout a command that's hard to ignore. You can command the target to approach you, run away, release what it's holding,
Oh, I
drop pwn, or stand in place.
So we've had the discussion before that I just have to give a command. These were examples.
Okay. Is that if that's the rule that we made last time,
that's the-
I will abide by that.
Yeah, that's
I
the
think
one we
it
had
makes-
before.
Yeah,
It's like
I
I
think
can't do
it makes
anything
sense.
complex. But
Yeah.
we had the discussion that it wasn't those specific ones. I just had to do a command of that.
Guide
Complexity.
ones
Okay.
instead of actual rules.
Okay. And what we'll say is like we'll use this as a rule of thumb of like the simplicity of what they will be, the sort of the impact of what they're doing. So like
Yeah.
you say celebrate, and that could be the equivalent of stand in place and not do anything. I will flavor it better than that,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
we will
Mhm.
use
Yeah.
that as the constraints of like the impact. Okay, thank you. 'Cause
Yeah,
I,
and then
don't
for
get me wrong, I don't
mine,
want to
it-
not have it be that.
Oh
It's
no,
funny.
that's totally fine. And then with mine, it's simply the only difference between a failure and a critical failure is how long they have to do it. So if a failure
So-
is one action, a critical failure is all 3.
all 3. So Hideaki, you're doing this. I will ask Tal, do you want me to resolve this before you do anything? Let's say yes.
I'm gonna do what I was gonna do, and because
Fuck
in
it
my head
up.
all of this, yes,
Let's go.
yes.
Let's go. Let's
because
go.
I'm assuming all of this is kind of happening at the same time as it does, which means that Tal, the one who got smacked, is like, oh god, I need to get away from these people, my friends, so that they don't get found. So what do? You burn a 3rd level spell. So I'm gonna cast a spell that I've never cast before called Time Jump.
Shit.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Go on.
I shall. For Time Jump, I leap forward a few seconds in time, appearing across the battlefield in the blink of an eye. I gain 2 actions, each of which must be used to leap, stand, step, or stride. While I take these actions, time pauses. All other creatures are completely unaware of my actions, can't speak, and can't use any actions that would be triggered by my movement.
That is a sexy spell. I love it.
Like,
Isn't
Hot
it great?
damn.
yeah.
Once
You
the
look at
actions
the
are
fates
complete,
of
time starts
time
again.
and you
Yeah.
pick a point a little bit later in your timeline and you go there. Where are you
Yeah.
going?
Your
So
spells are
I'm
cool.
going to. Thanks. So I'm going to use both of these actions to just run towards the cave.
Where are you going?
I gotta remember how fast I can move. I think it's 25. So we're just gonna go.
Yeah, most of us are
usually
25.
we're gonna go 50 feet straight towards the cave. I don't know which. Are there two? Is there a north and a southish looking thing? I'm gonna run straight
saying are there
ahead
doors?
25 feet. Yes, I'm gonna run towards the cave 25 feet. And see if there is.
This song is wild. I'm like losing it over here.
There's-
In a too much way, or is it okay?
It's like no, it's okay.
I can
It's just like
barely
whoa. It's just like whoa.
What's happening? All right.
Neurodivergent noises.
All right,
Yeah.
sorry. You're going.
So I move forward.
forward.
I used one of the actions to move forward 25 feet to
Yep.
see if I can get a better vantage point of a way into this cave.
There is a door to the north and a door to the south.
Okay, excellent. Then I will use my remaining 25 feet to go. Oh, God. For everyone on the podcast, I'm measuring so hard right now.
She's doing her best, everyone.
I'm doing so much.
much.
Okay.
You can't cut that corner. You can't cut that corner.
Okay, then I'm gonna go north. I'm gonna go north 25 feet. And
You can't cut that corner, can you?
this one?
Yeah, so it's
Yeah, there it is, right there.
See, I interpreted this as like dirt because it's a different
no,
color
sorry.
than the
It's
other
cliff.
thing.
It is cliffside.
That's what they call cliffhanger.
Thank you, Duval. I need to take a moment to say thank you for tapping into Between the Lions, a fantastic children's edutainment show from
All right.
a thousand
You
years
figure
ago.
out.
I
Also
have
hold.
to ask, are you bringing us to Cliff Notes?
God damn it.
Stop it. All right. You just place yourself wherever you end up, and I will
Okay.
continue with what
Great.
happens when time resumes.
Yes,
as-
indeed.
So, as an aside, according to my being able to move, I can go and duck in the behind this north cliff.
According to my calculations, I can
yes.
move.
I can move. Once the actions are complete, time starts again. To onlookers, I seem to have suddenly teleported across the distance I traveled.
Great. Why don't you just throw in a stealth check for me here, so that I just for we
Oh,
have that number
exaggeration.
around. The rest of you, you blink, and as the we're gonna like time this is like as the invisibility sphere dissolves around you, Tal is nowhere to be seen in the immediate. What you roll?
Got that hero point though?
Yeah, I'm gonna use one more hero point.
Y'all,
It's your last
y'all.
one.
I know, but it's bad. I'm not stealthy, everyone. These
You would think so.
flexibilities, you would no. It's
Okay.
not meant to be hidden. It's meant to be
See.
dexterous.
See?
Audience, I need a moment. Everybody shush. I need a moment with the audience.
Okay.
I just want this to be very clear in this moment. They're doing this, not me. They did this. They made these decisions. It's not my fault. Okay, continue.
That's very foreboding.
She says 30 minutes before a TPK.
That's what happens when you attack 4 Minotaur workers that were never supposed to attack you.
Right.
Shit.
We didn't attack nobody yet.
I
So
mean,
glad
true.
you actually- Oh, to everybody that understands, they understand.
It's okay, we'll win.
Yeah, it's big ol' 16.
Free XP.
Excellent. Yes, because we track XP like this. So, I also love how you were like, we are going to, as students, honor the Magaambya and fight.
Listen,
Well, we're
we're not
lying
fighting.
first.
I'm running away.
We're
I'm
lying
running
first.
To be honest, initiative
Running
is not
away.
prepared. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
we're
What
lying.
fighting have we done yet? There's no fighting yet.
You are
Yeah,
correct.
we're
I
celebrating.
am so
You guys are so
sorry.
Yeah.
scary.
Now I'm gonna talk to the audience. I know she's
No.
a GM badass and stuff.
So-
Audience.
I'm trying to do stuff. So you, Tal, disappear as far as probably, definitely Ark, definitely Airfey, definitely Overnoza are concerned, as well as the northern trio
Can-
of Minotaurs.
Can I ask a
Eh.
question for my character? Sorry.
Yes.
Did we see them casting a spell?
It's only verbal.
In this,
So
in
you
this,
would have heard
listen,
a whisper.
Okay.
maybe, probably, like a whisper of a spell, but like there's a lot going on right now.
Yeah. It just matters for arcs.
Got it. So you start, congratulations, and Airfay follows you up with a celebrate. And this Minotaur, pink Minotaur,
Okay, go ahead, Minotaur.
drops its weapon, raises its hands, and goes, "Hey! Hey! Oh, let's go!" I don't even know what he's doing, but he just starts like,
Yes!
yeah, like you can tell they're confused, but they're honoring the command. It'll have the effect of basically dropping their weapons and anything that they're holding, and they're like, oh! And the rest of the Minotaurs look at each other confused, and you rolled like a dirty 20, Hideaki, right? So
Correct.
they're just like, oh. And what this will effectively do is no one is going to be taking violent, sudden actions against you all,
Great.
as the other three are confused, and one is celebrating for now. Who has not gone this turn? Arc?
I think technically
You gave me
Arc-
an extra
Arc
move
just
for
stepped back.
my natural 20 stealth.
Go for
Right.
it from now. In this moment
From
of time.
here?
From now.
Goodness
Oh, God.
gracious.
We gotta move forward.
Yeah. We gotta go.
Gotta move somewhere.
That's
Gotta go.
not great.
I have an idea.
Just pause time and come and teleport. Just pause time and walk over here. You know.
Yeah, you're R2.
Am
just
I
pause-
visible
just
at
pause
this
time.
point?
Yeah, everybody's
Okay,
visible.
just making sure. Like, I've already turned visible. I won't be visible, like, at the end of this turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little timey-wimey, but
Yeah, understood. Arc will enter Arcane Cascade and pull his book up as a shield.
yeah.
And just start reading it. He's gonna recall knowledge on Minotaurs.
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay. Now entering Arcane Cascade, that is like magical infused into your staff. Is that correct?
No, that's not my spell strike. That's just me becoming infused with magic, like Arc himself.
It's just you
So it's
surging with electricity and
Yeah,
power.
celebrating. It's
I'm like-
definitely celebrating.
Super celebrating.
I'm like Super Saiyaning, kind of, like very lightly Super Saiyaning. It just got like two
Very
sparks.
non-threateningly.
Yeah, it's just like
You used
Super
your
chill,
most recent
like.
action though to cast a spell or make a spell strike, and then you divert a portion of the spell's magical power to keep it cycling through your body. So this does,
oh, I can't.
and you cast shield.
Hold on. You're saying Arcane Cascade makes me make a spell strike?
No, you used the requirement is that you used your most recent action this turn to cast a spell or make a spell strike. Then you divert some of that.
You have
Magical
had to
power.
cast a
so
spell
you couldn't have
My
already.
arcane-
most recent
Cast-
action was
Shoot,
to
good.
cast a spell. Understood.
So I thought did you cast a shield spell or did you just raise a shield?
I'm not gonna cast a shield spell, honestly. Okay, so Arc will instead cast True Strike, which is one action. His eyes will kind of light up in these runic colors, and he will use that to enter Arcane Cascade, which is a second action, and the third action he'll raise his book.
As an aside, my spell was only one action, and I would have used another one to move and just tuck myself way up in that northern corner. Not
So
opening
here's
the door.
the thing.
We're doing timing.
We have not rolled initiative. So I asked at what
Right.
one thing everybody
understand.
is doing. Yeah.
I
And that's
understand.
it
Never
gets
mind.
funky. So
Yeah.
Waffles, for you as well. There's a lot of actions here. So what is one thing you're doing? You're casting a spell and entering Arcane Cascade? Like, I'll allow that by all means.
Yeah, he'll cast True Strike and enter Arcane Cascade.
Okay, cool. And I
Can I-
know this sucks. I just also don't want to stop right now and enter initiative.
Yeah,
so we're
yeah.
just
Yeah,
gonna.
I'm actually having a blast.
Okay.
Can I go next? So
Well, no,
seeing,
because
yeah,
hold on. No,
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
it's now the Minotaurs.
Oh, okay.
So the one that like dropped its great axe and everything is like They don't know that they've been charmed or anything like that, right? Afterwards,
Not that I'm aware of. It doesn't
doesn't
say as
specifically
far as...
specify.
This is
So
I will say this is
Yeah.
always GM's call.
Right.
If some GMs say they know that they know a spell was cast on them because it wasn't like concealed or like it's magic is known, or they don't know. Like, yeah. It's all GM call.
yeah, it has a mental trait, manipulate trait. Like, so listen, because you paired it with Hideaki's like piece and these minotaurs flying, spoiler, aren't the smartest.
Yeah.
So they're just he's a little confused, but he's like, I guess okay. Like he's gonna move forward. So he's right now not aware. However, this little human looking kind of some weird glowy lines next to him seems to be behaving slightly aggressively, casting some magic, and he looks a little perturbed by that, and he's like, what's your deal here? What's going on? Don't want whatever you're selling. We're selling things here. So
His process
Absolutely.
is kind of catching up to Hideaki, and he goes, just celebrating.
Yeah, we all celebrate in different ways in different cultures. Certainly, that's just their way. Just like your way was what that was.
are you buying or not? What's going on?
Well, so now I don't have his accent. What the hell? Bringing it back in. So now that you've sort of figured it out, we're going to play this little game with your proprietor, but it's our little secret. It's just a fun
Told you
thing.
he's not in right. He's not.
He's not in right now.
You said he
No,
was
he's
busy.
not. Yeah, he's busy. That's what it was.
But
He's
he's not in.
busy. No, he's busy. That's what I said before. That's what I said now. He's
Can I
busy.
decipher if he is lying to
Yeah,
us?
I want to make it our perception.
Yes,
What?
please. Perception.
And while this is going on, Ark wants to get, and I'll do it after them too, but Ark wants to get into like a very logical alchemical discussion with them. about like about how he doesn't trust them to know, like, well, is the analysis of this sulfur, like, is the catalyst correct? Does it blah 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 blah.
So I rolled a 1, so I used a hero point.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I-
No, use them all up.
So then, I have 2, so I'm good. I'll keep 1. And then that is a 29.
Okay.
26
Yeah.
for me.
Both of you, like, he's very, like, he didn't remember what he said originally, and then he jumped on whatever you said he said, and he's like, yeah, that's the one. And you also saw him, you, Arafe, with your higher roll, saw him glance inwards towards the, like, cave. So you have a feeling it's probably there. Instructions to not be bothered or something. Like, you don't know that, but, like,
Mhm.
he's lying.
Instructions that they killed him.
We are actually, in addition to this, of having this fun little game, we are looking to buy some things, but it does sound like it's very highly skilled, so we were hoping to get a little instruction from him as well, so that we can use it safely. So could we please also speak with him about the reagents that we'd like to buy?
Yes, can we trust a chemical bond for this?
They narrow their eyes at you. Tiny at this point is just like settling backwards and like not really like is just confused, and you can tell Tiny was like got woken up from a nap from all of this and
Amazing.
is just a little disoriented. The yellow here. I don't know what you're talking about. Kind of pointing like a heavy hand too close to your face, Ark. But what's your name?
Which one are they pointing at?
Well, they were like, I don't know what you're talking about to Ark, but then
Right.
they're looking at, like, I think you talked last,
Right.
Arafe, so they'll turn to you.
My name is Arafe.
You do their accent? was that a slip, or did I just hear wrong?
I was gonna say I don't think I did, but maybe I did.
Okay,
I don't know.
okay.
Maybe.
I'm fucking Minnesotan. I go in and out of things all the time.
My brain is in the accent, so I literally
Yeah,
could just,
totally.
okay.
Oh, you wank! I
So-
want to talk to your boss.
In this
No.
moment, the one behind you, Arafa, is just like, wait, what's that one doing over there? And kind of pointing into the like smaller narrow entrance, and having caught like the tail of Tal in there.
Yeah, my tail literally just like is
Just there,
in
hanging.
view, and it just like flips out of sight real quick.
Can I act?
Unfortunately, they are very uncomfortable with big crowds. We probably
but-
shouldn't have forced them to come with us.
Yeah, can
Uh,
I never
as like, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, sorry. I want Hideaki to go, but I also want mine resolved before anything happens because it's very important.
Oh, because of the Minotaur stuff. Yeah. Fair enough.
What he's about to say. Go ahead. What do you do?
He goes, catch, and he flings a gold to each of them
Okay.
for your time.
They grasp it. Okay, and then Ark,
I didn't get my recall knowledge on them.
because you were doing one thing. Remember?
Yeah. What
Do you want to do that now?
I want to know if Ark would know what Minotaurs speak. Because he... Alright, this is like...
Probably
This
not.
is meta knowledge. He knows the language Jotun, which is giant, which is usually what Minotaurs speak. Waffles knows. If he knows that language, would he know that Minotaurs speak it? Is what I'm getting at.
You can, yeah. I mean, you don't know that they speak it. I will say, you've never met Minotaurs. You know that they look giant-ish, and there is a chance, textbook knowledge alone, that you are profiling, for lack of a
Yeah.
better term. So you can assume.
Can I make a recall knowledge prior and just play off that because I don't want my meta knowledge to like leak in.
Yeah, go ahead.
What should I roll?
Roll a society check.
I'll use my only hero point
Oh gosh, y'all.
to roll worse. 14.
Nice.
Oh,
All right.
no.
Yeah, you don't know.
Understood. Then in common, Ark will kind of back them up and say, they just don't like large creatures, and they were getting back a little.
At this point, the blue goes looking like down at orange and looking back. But yeah, but how'd they get past the? You see them kind of like look up, and then kind of shut up. And you all look up, and you see like the mouth of this cavern is obscured in like a long shadow that's cast down. And you see these like large stones high overhead on like the edge of the cliff. But somebody stopped time, so you know. Just
Oh,
glance upwards.
shit.
Oh.
I guess they are meant to be there.
All right. Then I guess. I mean, I get paid more than this. Holding up the gold coin to you, Hideaki.
Well, keep in mind, like that's just it's the beginning of a new relationship. We're just starting to get to know each other.
All right.
And it's only been like, 2 minutes. 1 gold for 2 minutes of your time is an incredible amount of money.
I do think that it would probably be worth more than 2 minutes. Maybe, a break and have a snack worth.
Yeah, go for a swim.
Right. Give me another one, then. 2 minutes, 2 gold.
No.
and we get an audience with Fire Padubanu.
And you get us to turn a blind eye. That's what you get. Taking a nap, I was.
All of you? And he pans to look at all three of the others.
Yep, I thought it was his turn to go on watch.
Sure.
The other one, Tiny, is just like, wait, it was your turn to go. It's like genuinely
Wait, I thought.
Wait
Wait a minute.
Wait, hold on.
Hold on. Fortunately, he has enough, so he fans it out.
All right. With 2 gold, they just kind of turn around and be like, I'm organizing the merchandise. Now, you all, we're going to move a little bit forward here, so they're not going to bother you. And you are able to move on inwards is kind of what you're getting, right? Like, you have to figure your own way through.
Yeah.
But
Looking at the rocks, whatever the hell's happening up there.
Yeah, they pointed out a trap to us. Can Ark now, like, see what the activating mechanism would be?
oh, yes. Why don't you, if you're going to try to look for it as you kind of approach here, Tal, you're waiting within here, I'm assuming. And you can, like, come and, like, you can be within line of sight now that you know you're kind of safe. But you do know that, like, I'm assuming you're telling Tal that same information about something with the boulders.
I mean, I assume I
I'm-
heard it.
Yeah.
I'm sure they hold
They're
it
not
there,
exactly
too.
quiet.
No, they're not.
Okay,
Okay,
my fox
so
has disappeared
I would-
also
I
at this
would-
point.
I would
Yes.
be looking up at it too and kind of trying to get
Okay.
an eye.
So you can make me a stealth check to try to find the hidden mechanism that is. Unfortunately, no. According to this,
Really?
Particular
Trap.
situation.
But we're
that
not
everybody?
trying to sneak past it.
if whoever's kind of trying to look at it, yeah.
I hate my life.
Yeah.
They pointed it out. Give me a plus 20.
Well, here's the thing. It is to spot the balanced boulders
Yeah.
up on top is
Sure.
free. What is triggering of
That's
those
totally valid.
boulders?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that as
Clearly
well.
a tripwire.
That's a 25.
15
I got a
for Ark.
29.
Mm-hmm.
29?
Yep.
Wow. Okay, so Hideaki and Arafe,
That one.
you're looking forward at this. It's thanks to this, like, kind of like paw print that has like slipped on the space here already, and when time did not move, you see underneath residual towel paw print, this little like different material that seems to be beneath this, and you see that there seems to be a plate, a weight sensitive plate buried underneath the sand that will pull the boulders over the cliff, and everything will fall on top of this. So for ease of marking the space, there is a space about that large
Whoa.
that you have to cross without touching the floor.
What is the stat for jumping in Pathfinder?
No, you could do one of
Holy
two
shit.
things. You could yeah, I read that carefully, Maria. When you were like, I'm going for it, I'm like, okay, so nothing can react
Yeah.
while your time is okay.
Literally time stops for like just for just.
Dang.
Yo, you got.
All
I was like,
action.
oh, that's a choice.
Floor's lava.
And that's why I was very much like, where do you land? Because if you have landed within there,
Stop.
where do you stop? Yes. Now you can do two things. Listen, with traps, you can try to disable the mechanism, so you can just walk across it. You know, that'll probably be either crafting if you're an expert in crafting, or thievery if you're an expert in thievery. So you can disable these. You could try to disable it if anybody's an expert in any of those two things. Otherwise,
Maybe our
we're gonna make some athletics checks to get across this.
That's still worse.
What-
Yeah, I'm trained in crafting, not expert.
Why did you pick all of the stats I am untrained in for this?
Dude, for real.
Ah, yes, me, the writer of this
You
trap.
said we
Yeah, I
have,
Colin
blame you
for you.
completely.
we have to be expert in thievery.
Or crafting.
It is or
crafting.
crafting.
Oh, I'm expert in crafting.
Cool.
Now,
Ark would tell everyone to get back.
Okay.
Like, worst case scenario, it is like I stepped on this and only I get hurt.
I want to, just for sake of having all of the mechanisms and mechanics in front of you, there's the 2-action long jump, which is you stride, and then it is going to be a DC 15 athletic check to make a long jump in the direction you were striding. And then your success is the distance is equal to the check result rounded down to the nearest 5 feet.
Which if it's DC 15, we're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I gotta roll a nat 15.
So it's gotcha. Athletic 0. Okay. All right. So
Yeah,
I just wanted you to have all the mechanics in front of you.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
After you, Ark 2.
Can
Ark
I?
would just tell everyone to get back.
I would like to cast Diviner's Sight on Ark, which is a focus spell.
Is that touch?
No. It's just a willing
Nice.
creature within 30 feet.
Nice.
Ark's
Speaking of
not
that, as
willing.
I
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Ark is never willing.
never willing. It's really funny. I was
This
about
is
to say.
good though.
Yeah.
could
I
be
cast guidance on Ark if he's a willing creature.
Okay, fantastic. As a reminder, Diviner's Sight, I glimpse into the target's future. I roll a d20 when the target attempts a non-secret save throw or skill check. It can use the number I rolled again instead of rolling, and the spell ends. This is if I roll really good. I can instead reveal the results of a die that's in secret. Blah 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 blah. Blah. Well,
It's a good
okay.
use of that spell.
Hey. Okay.
And please remind me too, how does preparing a spell, like prepping to cast, work in Pathfinder again? Not a thing?
Like
Okay.
holding a spell, you mean?
Yeah.
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 Use 2 actions to hold 1 action is how it works in Pathfinder, meaning you have to have 2 action economy to hold 1 action, and it means you cannot hold 2. Right? Yeah, you cannot hold 2
Yeah, your
actions.
call. We've homebrewed it to where you can spend 3 to hold 2, but that is not a real rule.
Okay.
That
And
is
then
true.
I'm assuming you have to cast it, you still use the resource, right? You can't calm it back down.
I think that's
Yes.
You can't turn it off once you turn it back
Can't
on.
turn it
You
off.
can't put the toothpaste back in the toothpaste
100%
box.
spell is if spell is held, spell
the
is
spell
spent.
slot is spent, but it doesn't have to go off. Is what I was trying to clarify.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you can let it go, but you will still use the spell slot.
Okay. Then I will not. So I'm just sitting here. They're casting divine intervention and guidance, and I'm like, "Go Ark!
You can do it.
Celebrate!"
So Ark roll for the
Cel-
crafting check.
Celebrate, indeed.
No pressure.
Got this.
And there's 0 hero points for Ark, just clarifying.
I
Yep.
used all my 1. I don't know. Tal's got
Everything's
2 this episode. So,
It's true.
Yeah, it's because
Because Tal
I
pandered to the audience.
Right,
I
because
did.
she begged.
Natural 2 for a 14.
So
I mean, for a
here's
16,
the thing
my bad.
instead. Here's the thing
So
instead.
17.
Actually, you rolled a 14
Woot!
There you
Rolled a
go.
14?
plus your bonuses. You rolled a 14 because I'm using my Diviner's Sight to give
Okay.
you my 14 that I rolled.
28 then.
There you go.
Thank God.
Nice. I thought you meant
Well
like 14
played.
total, and I was like,
No,
why
no.
would you do that? And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, natural.
No, look,
That
this
makes
is-
sense.
I'll make you
Listen.
worse,
I'll
Ark.
blow this up. Yeah.
But that's
Okay,
the thing.
fail,
I can
Arch.
do that. Well, I can't do
could.
that because it's got to be a
What was the
willing
total?
creature.
28.
Yeah.
DC 27.
Holy
Yes.
shit.
I figured.
Was that,
I mean,
was that including the guidance
Let's
too?
go.
a 12 would have popped it. No, including guidance, it would have been 29.
29.
Amazing.
Wow.
With that-
That's terrifying.
You follow the lines. You follow everything, and you carefully, without jostling the boulders above, detach it from the mechanism.
I think there is a slight moment to kind of explain the Diviner's
Yes,
Sight
please.
where Ark is you're like in the midst of this very, very precarious thing. And Tal like moves directly across and is like squatting down to like see as close as possible, and just points. And I think maybe you're about to move something, but points in like just to the right of it, and says, "You should move that one instead." And I think if you look up, you just see that their eyes, which kind of were strange, like they were uniquely colored to begin with, are now both kind of, there's this golden light spilling, this golden sparkling light kind of spilling out of the corners of them as they're just looking not at you, but at the spot where they're pointing.
Yeah.
Where
And
you, from your perspective, see an echo of a hand moving, and you just kind of know. You just you see into that little bit of future.
Yeah, and I think for the sake of seeing, Ark's eyes are still partially runic at this point, from the True Strike earlier, and kind of shining this like bright blue light. And like that bright blue light kind of bounces off like the gold light when he makes eye contact for a second. And then he looks back down to the hand, gives like the smallest of nods, and follows your direction.
What do I do with my hand?
I need fan art, please. I immediately need.
But
I
like
need
friendship,
it.
friendship.
Friendship.
I need
Question
it.
mark,
I just
question
made a
mark, question
rival
mark?
shirt, but now
Or
I need
other? Question mark, question
Arc
mark?
looking at Tell, sparkling gold and glowing blue.
We shared sparkle eye moments, y'all.
Sparkle. That's the caption. No longer rivals. Not
just
not
like-
slash friends is strike through, and it says like sparkle.
And no, the caption is eye contact isn't always painful.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
I'm just gonna go.
I'm
die
gonna
now.
vomit.
Just
Can we
gonna-
play in mouth?
Just need a moment. Hold on.
I hit it. Let's go.
Let's
No, I
go.
love it.
Damn
I'm
it!
here.
It's so good.
So
Pandering
good.
to the audience, and the audience me.
Emotions aren't. Okay.
I thought emotional
Alright.
damage was supposed to be for me. It turns out it's
I
everybody
know.
else.
Hold on. Things have changed. The tables have
now.
turned.
Wait,
turns
the
the
targeting towel was emotions.
What, who
New
knew?
So-
rune? Who dis?
Oh boy.
You all cross through easily, and maybe just for your own mindset, you step off the plate just for your own
Sweating
breath.
so much.
Breath.
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 So, you in front of you see heavy plated metal doors that are fitted into the sides of these cliffs. One to the north, one to the south. Where are you headed?
Is there any distinct difference between these two doors? Are there signs? Is there writing? Is there a welcome mat?
Nope.
A mailbox? Takeout boxes? Footprints?
As you enter into this space,
A knocker on the door.
there is you knew this was a forge, but as you kind of like enter within the confines, whatever little air that is escaping between these doors and these spaces feels hot inside.
Both of them.
Smells like metal and chemicals, and below it all, that little bit of sulfur. But you get that from just the air, or like that's like as you kind of enter within this kind of more enclosed area.
Are either door like hotter than the other?
You have to touch either one.
Yeah, he totally would like pop or have Overnose do one and then compare notes.
I think the you feel the northern one, and you do feel the northern one is a little bit hotter.
Yeah, and he'll just look and say, I think that one.
Back of the hand, do the Z. Checking for fires.
Check, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one you want to go to?
Do we want to go to where it's hottest? Or do we want to go to where it's not so hot?
Suppose it depends on the strategy. Are we going to have a conversation, or are we going to be stealthy? Try to be stealthy.
Yes.
Why wouldn't we go to have a conversation? We don't know what they wanted or what they were doing.
Because he'll look at him and does, because we almost didn't have one.
If
Well,
we want to
that-
have a conversation, we
that's-
should go to where it is hot.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it would be very conducive to us having a conversation if we're sneaking into their house.
Right. That's fair. But we also know that they're quick to temper, so it might not matter anyway.
I am prepared for that contingency.
Me
Ark
too.
will hold up a finger for a second and like kind of look between them, and this is probably the first time like he's came up with a lying plan. And I think for like the splittest of seconds, you'll see his room glow a little bit, like and just kind of flickers.
Which one's mine?
Which one?
The gold one.
Okay.
And he'll say, "Well, if we do get caught, then the Minotaurs just told us to go to the wrong door, right? They let us in."
Sure.
No,
And there's like a really proud smile on Hideaki's face.
Nice.
I think we should go north.
I agree.
Let's go north.
The door is locked.
So, what had
Let's go
happened was...
south.
The door is locked.
Ark-
Both doors are locked.
Ark lock picks it.
All right.
I mean,
Make me a
he
thievery
will
check.
bring his lock picks out and kind of show them to everyone. Like, huh?
Why
After
don't
you.
We'll just
we-
say that,
but
we'll just
why-
say
why
the door was open.
Why
Tal?
don't we just... And Tal, like, goes up to the door and, like, holds their hand up to knock.
Yeah, to clarify the situation, right? Like the Minotaur is like, you know, at the very least, that based on the Minotaur's reactions, he is not accepting visitors.
Right.
Right.
So you don't think
Oh,
that?
okay, then never mind.
Yeah,
I was in that.
yeah. I just to give that context and to ease things up a little bit.
All right,
Yep.
take it back.
Yeah, my Waffles' plan, probably not Ark's plan, now that I know that, was, well, we'll just say that we tried to get something from the Minotaurs and they couldn't help us.
Yeah,
So-
escalation.
So they sent us
We need to talk to the
you.
manager.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. I'm good with that. Yeah.
Then, with them both being locked and that knowledge being known, Ark will kind of tuck his head to the dark room, or to the south door.
Fair
The
enough.
south door?
Yeah, the not hot door.
All right.
Okay. All right. You head to the south. Make me a thievery check to pick a lock.
Guidance.
I think I'm immune for an hour.
Yeah, guidance is
You
amazing.
are.
It's not D&D
I
guidance
forgot
where you
about
can just pop it off wherever
I
you
forgot
want.
about it. I'm new to the spell.
I'm rolling so bad. Natural 5 for a 17.
Oh no.
Hooray!
Yeah, it didn't quite work.
Yeah.
Is there rules to just like trying it over and over and over again? That's something I actually don't know.
I assume the DC goes
Like
up. but-
taking 10.
I don't know how it goes in Pathfinder, to be honest, so feel free to look that up. My own GM rule is if you crit fail, you break the lock, and you can't try anymore. But if you fail,
Oh, that is exactly what it is. Yes, there's a crit. I just always don't think about this. Yeah, there's a crit success, and a crit fail. Okay, what did you roll again?
17.
Okay. You're not like succeeding, but you didn't do any like damage to your. You stop before like you feel your picks break.
Yeah.
So
Ark will wait about 5 seconds, kind of look at everyone else. He wants to take this time to see if anyone's coming out. Like if there was someone in that room, then they would have heard someone picking at the lock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah,
Hideaki will
nothing's
put it in the ear.
moving. You don't. Yeah.
Then he will go again.
Go again.
24.
There you go.
24.
Hopefully.
You're like, okay, not that angle again, and you go, and you hear it shift, and you are successful at unlocking it.
Ark will. He is in front, but he will like offer a hand to everyone, saying like it's unlocked.
Let's go see a firepot.
Let's go.
The door swings open. And I look for the right thing. Okay.
I tried to get on the right layer.
And I will do this just for like, you're not in there yet. I just want camera for you.
Fair enough.
Camera chicken out here.
Sorry, camera chicken's not around right now.
Rip.
He had a prior engagement.
He's
a
also
little
he's
busy.
immune to guidance as well, so he's gonna be here in a
Camera chicken is actually getting married, so let's all.
Oh
wish him
my god, he didn't
congratulations.
invite us?
Camera hen, pop off.
Mr. and Mrs. Camera. Yeah, it's great. Okay.
I now
Anyway,
pronounce
so-
you, sorry.
In this room, even as you open the door, the smell hits you first. The pile in the back corner looks like a pile of trash. An enormous pile of trash. And there is a stench that just pours out of this. Additionally, though, at a quick glance, and you do know that the Minotaur's hospitality, by the way, is limited here. So they said 2 minutes and you have to get out of their sight. So I'm gonna bring you all in here if that's okay. So you try to.
Yeah, we out of here. Bye.
Ark would enter first just to make sure there's like no traps and no like super sickness coming from whatever the smell is, and then immediately wave hands and tell everyone to come in.
Got it.
Yeah, I'd be pretty quick behind with my ears.
With how it went in regards to the Minotaurs and how long it took to pick the locks and everything,
Failed that first one.
you know that you're going in this way. There's no going back right now.
Mhm.
You've picked your way.
Yep.
Pick anyway.
And for camera's sake, here, I like this better. You step in here, and as you kind of round the corner, you see, additionally, a open metal cage that stands opposite the trash pile. And as you set sight on that cage, first, as you step into this room and swing the door closed behind you, as the stench fills your nostrils even further, everybody make me a fortitude saving throw.
Oh, okay.
But I'm poison cursed.
I do have a slight question.
Yeah.
Would knowing that the door is closed, would we know that it's going to be pitch black in here?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
24 for my fortitude save.
22 for me.
Somehow I feel like that's not enough, even though I'm an expert.
Natural 20 for a 30.
Nice.
Dang.
Let's go. A 21 for me.
21. It fills all of your nostrils, and it is ripe, and you're like, oh, that's not pleasant. Roll for Overnosa too.
Oh, sure, no problem,
Jeez.
bud.
Eidolon Pog.
Way
Roll
better.
for Nim.
Sure, let's roll for Nim.
Nim has, believe it or not, everybody, Nim does have stats.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Does exist,
Just a couple.
actually.
Overnose
Yeah.
is like whatever, 31.
Okay.
I've smelled sulfur in the depths of hell.
24 is what
Yeah,
I got.
right.
All of you hold your breath enough, regulate yourselves enough to not, immediately get sickened from this.
Oh, good.
I was scared for a minute.
I hate.
I was like, oh no.
I only want to use that against my enemies. I am not interested.
But as you step in here and you set sight on this cage, your eyes get distracted by a movement to your right.
Okay.
From the trash pile, there is this glint as whatever you just saw disappears. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Okay.
Shee.
I love that. Love that. Love that for us. Cool. Oh, that piano. Okay, cool.
Is that music from a darkened room?
Oh, and we will be starting up next time in initiative.
I thought you might say that.
Ah.
Does that mean I don't get a hero point?
Oh, correct. There's no you. This is
We're in.
all
Yeah,
one
we're in.
big thing.
Somebody
We're
give
in
me a hero point, please.
So, you know,